we go. And we should be live. 1 second. Let me just mute you as well. There we go. I knew it. I had the feeling. They were going to mute you now. Boom. Yeah, what are you saying, Thomas? What are you saying, Slay? How you guys doing? Welcome. Hope you're both good.
Oh, we're live.
Yes, we are live. Phenomenal.
Hey guys! I'm still here, acting like this is my channel.
I'm not going to say nothing about it, but yeah. Wait, what are you saying, Dr. How you doing? Welcome. Hope you're well.
Hey! That's my favourite fan. Well, my favourite person. Subscriber.
I say calling her a fan, you know. Raw. It's how you roll nowadays, yeah? Calling
like I said, this is my channel, innit?
Yeah, fair. I don't call them fans, though.
My
I'm not gonna lie to
subscriber.
you. I don't call them fans, you know. They ain't fans. They're my supporters. They're my peeps.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cute of you to say that.
Yeah, I mean. I'm doing good for him. How about you? How you doing? I saw you doing one in Apex. Going to gold finally. Bro, gold is annoying for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Struggling. It's just
Hopefully
frustrating.
you get to platinum.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. You get knowledge about Apex. I like that.
I'm learning, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Solely because I watch you, and then in the Discord chat, everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool.
Let's go.
This is nice.
I'm lurking as I'm playing Warzone. No worries, man. I'm surprised you still play Warzone, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's too many hackers in there, man. Can't enjoy it. He wasn't trying to make the stream, brother. How you doing, man? Let's go. Welcome to the stream anyway. Alrighty then. Today, as the topic goes, is our friendship. We might wait a bit just to see people come through. We've got 4 people right now. We'll see how it goes if more people come through. Cause I don't want to start topic. Oh, what are you guys talking about? Kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, and people do that. Okay.
I'm missing 2 of my other fans.
I know Mike's
Where's
not
Mike
here.
and Marcus?
I know, hopefully it'll come through. Marcus came through late the other day as well. So hopefully Mike coming a bit later. And then Mike will come through as well. Doing good.
They're the only 3 viewers that I need.
Wow. See, what about Charlie? What about Chaz?
No, they're all important. But like, they said that they were going to come every time. They said that they were going to be loyal to this podcast.
Okay.
So they have to be here every week just to hold on to that loyalty.
Fair. Well, I look forward for Charlie. He's my brother. I respect.
Well, Ruhi's good enough for me.
Wow, you're saying government names, yeah? Wow.
Oh, sorry, my bad. It's because she had let me know her name, so I just accidentally.
Yeah, I mean. But yeah, I'm doing alright, man. Woke up early-ish today, surprisingly. It was too cold for me. It was very cold when I woke up in the morning today. And I just could not go to sleep again. And when I got up to turn heaters on, and then, yeah. Then when it's really cold and you get out of your bed, it just ruins you. You don't want to go back to bed again. That's what I am like. If I don't get out of the bed, I'll sleep. But yeah, I woke up like 9:30ish. To be honest, I did.
Mad early for a Sunday.
I know. I woke up before my dad. That's a big thing. Because my dad, he wakes up early anyway. But I woke up before him. He was like, "What the fuck are you waking up early before me?" He was like, he was best surprised. Yeah, I don't know, I just couldn't sleep. He said, "Yeah, go back to bed." I'm like, "Why? Shouldn't be up this early." That's what my dad was telling me.
I woke up at 9:30.
Uh-huh.
And I looked outside and I was like, there's no need for me to be awake I just need to be awake for the podcast, and then end up waking up 1 PM.
Oh man, yeah, fair enough. That's usually me, but yeah, I mean, I had to do it. And when I had a bit early, wake up at 8:30. Oh, fair. You didn't go to Charlie like that. You don't mind if you call it Ruhi, and of course.
She got a cricket session at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah. That's cricket. Cricket's always early, man. That's the only thing on Sundays.
Yeah, but look at the weather that we're in.
At least she's at home though. It doesn't make a difference. Like if you had to go out, obviously I'd be like, oh, bro, you're going out in this kind of weather. But
wait, is it virtual cricket?
Yeah, Zoom. Not how he's lockdown, man. What you gonna do?
No, wait. How are you doing? I think they're explaining. How are you doing virtual cricket?
I don't think they actually play cricket. They do some like fitness stuff. That's it.
Oh, okay.
It's not actual like.
That, bro, how you doing? But I thought like, do you know how Wii cricket works?
Yeah, no.
I thought it was like that.
Everyone get into one game. We all play cricket together. People can field and bat. That's what you think that's what they do.
Hey, it works. If we could do it, Zoom could do it.
That would be a good technology to have, you know. But I think obviously no one thought of it because of no one expected to have a pandemic for it to have to do that. You know what I mean? Back taps and all. Of course. I used to see techniques and stuff in it. I didn't start practicing at home, and I used to do bare practicing at batting strokes and whatnot. I haven't done that for a long time, just because I'm just not bothered to. I used to do badminton strokes, which is funny. So I don't know if you noticed, Taylor. I used to play badminton bare. So me and Roy used to play badminton like every Friday.
Wait, didn't you, me, and what's it called? Nissan Micro said that we would go play.
Oh yeah. I don't think we did. I don't know, but I remember
Yeah.
talking about. I think we did talk about it for sure.
Yeah, because you had mentioned that. That you used to. I remember you telling me.
Yeah,
Because we were talking about tennis and all of those sports.
Yeah, because I remember Mux and Vin came as well for badminton. It was really fun. Obviously, it was one time and didn't come again after that. It was near Mux used to, near where Mux lives right now. He's very close to where he lives. So basically, it's like maybe like a 5 minute, not 5 minutes, maybe a 10 minute, 15 minutes. Actually, no, it's kind of far from him. It's like a 2-minute drive from where he lives. So it's not bad. We can finally speak to each other when we play. Yeah, I know, man. I saw you got a new controller, but I realised it's not a controller, it's your mic does issue. So I was thinking that, but yeah, I guess it is. At least you got a spare controller now, at least. Practicing the cut shots drives and all. Of course. For me, is the offside drive. No, onside drive, sorry. That's the issue with me. Onside is, I don't know, bro. It's just the angle for me, because my stance is wide-ish, if that makes sense. I've got a very wide stance. So for me to go off to the off, it means I've got to make my left leg has to go very forward to the right, which makes it difficult. Because my foot's more to the left, if that makes sense. But yeah. So I'm
a fielder, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm not good at anything. I'm just a good fielder. I'm good at catching. I'm good at the running. That's it.
Yeah. You are quite rapid. You're quite rapid, though. Not gonna lie to you. You were quite rapid. When the first time I saw
feel like when someone hits quite high, like I'm really good at catching those. I remember we did exercises like that, and I was just like, I think I was like, what? You threw it right in the air, and then you had to catch it, and then it burns your
hands. Yeah. Oh, bro, I don't know if I told this. That last game I played cricket, the match, I did a crazy catch. It wasn't crazy, just a really high catch. And did I speak to you about this? I'm not sure if I did. But obviously, my uncle came as on it. I don't know what my uncle did. My uncle did crazy. Basically, he was on slip, and he's like 70, yeah. So my uncle's old. It's like a casual community cricket match. Nothing. It's not competitive. It's very simple, right, guys? But anyway, so he was on slip, and he caught 2 catches in a row, which is crazy.
And he's 70.
70, yeah, he's 70. He's turned 71 this year. He's 70 last year. But it's crazy. He was on slips. He caught one, and then they swapped sides, basically. And then when he was on the other side of the pitch, he also caught another slip catch straight away. Which is crazy. I know, exactly. And the thing was...
That's what I want to be when I'm 70.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be that Indian person with back problems.
Oh, no. The thing is, what's so mind-boggles me, he had his knees replaced, basically. That his knees had knee replacement surgery. Both knees as well. Both of them. Yeah, I mean. So it's like, how is he able to run so fit? Baffled. He was batting as well, and he ran. I was batting as well. Obviously not quick, but like decent speed. After he pace, I was thinking that, wow, okay, fair enough. My guy's doing pretty good. I ain't complaining. Like, as a player, he's actually done really, really good. Guys, be sure to drop a little like, guys. We've currently got 6 people on stream, but only 4 likes, guys. There's a couple of you, man, that dropping a like it. So be sure to drop a little like. I appreciate if you guys can. But yeah, I don't know. Cricket is, cricket is just a fun sport, in my opinion. Yeah, we can do. We can do, definitely. Yeah, because they don't go on topic now. But no, everyone's going to be here. I think people come through. It. There's a waste of time and waiting for them. Alright then, people. So, as the title says, we're talking about friendship here. And friendship is I think it's a very confusing topic purely because of how people perceive friendships to be.
View friendship. Yeah.
Like everyone's opinion towards it is very different to each other. Please help me. Don't say that. We're trying to get a topic here now, yeah? Oh, that's a meme. Have you seen that meme before, Taylor?
No, I haven't. Oh, no, I have. Is it? Oh,
the brown guy. The brown.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Friendship. Me and Mr. didn't even know each other until I came to his stream around 3 years later. Now we brothers. Like Thomas, Marcus, Charlotte, I would.
No, but do you get what I'm like? He just said to you. Sorry to like bring this up, but he just mentioned that 3 years later, and now you guys are like brothers. But the thing is, you wouldn't classify it like that. Like, I feel like people confuse quantity of friendship. The quantity of the friendship of how long you've been friends for, versus the quality. So it's like he said 3 years later, your brothers, blah blah blah, like the rest of the guys that he mentioned. But I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that you guys are brothers, because I guess a brother is basically someone that you would go to in times of need, someone who can protect you, la da da da. So I feel like you guys are not brothers. Like, that's, I'm not trying. The thing is, he might see you as a brother, and I don't want to say to him, "No, you're not brothers." I don't want to shitstorm on his, I don't want to rain on his parade. But it's more the case of like, I know that I wouldn't see it like your brothers, because brothers is very different to whatever this 3 year online streaming relationship is.
I love you saying relationship, but yeah, I heard it. I do get what you're saying.
Relationship could be anything.
Yeah,
friendship,
no. Of course.
You get what I mean? Okay, but yeah, go on.
But I get what you're trying to say, because here's the thing. No, I don't mean my brother. It's just to say exactly. That's the thing. It's a saying that guys say to each other, isn't it? Like we'll say, bro, what's up, bro? You good? Even though we're not, even though we just know each other, it's like a little bit. We'll still say, bro. Like we're saying, brother, you good? That kind of thing. That's how it works.
I get that.
So I think it's just the terminology of saying friends. We're saying brother or bro. That's it. That's it, really. It's just that, even as obviously, if you guys don't know the layers of friendship, it's not just a black and white situation. You're friends or you're not friends. There's layers to friendships as well. There's like acquaintances, and obviously there's other terminology I'm going to go into, but it's like different layers to it. But it's keeping three tiers right now. There's acquaintances, there's friends, and there's best friends. So there's 3 levels to it. Okay. So obviously acquaintances are people that you know, you chat to, but you don't really go to them or whatnot and chat to them in the sense of like personal issues and whatnot. You talk to them as if there's people he's gonna talk to, that kind of thing. Nothing too deep. Friends are like people that you have regular conversations with, people that you have, them more personal. Exactly, more personal level, and you talk to each other more regularly. You know each other's a bit more about each other than acquaintances. Well, you see more than the face value. You see more than obviously the other person's thing. And then best friends are more like, those are the people that know every little thing about your life. They know every little issue about your life. They know every little thing that's going on in your lives.
They're even in tiny little details that aren't really necessary to tell. They know little things like that.
So that's best friends.
And
And I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I hate when people say, "Oh, me and him are friends," but they just met each other.
No.
No, basically
Go back a bit. I think you've got friends, close friends, and then you can have best friends.
Of course, no, but
because friends and close friends, I feel like a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, we're close friends." Because although we can classify close friends and friends in the same bracket, people don't use it like that. People say, "Oh yeah, we're close friends," so then they understand the severity of friendship rather than just like, "Oh yeah, we're friends." Because I feel like nowadays people are just saying any Tom, Dick, and Harry is their friend.
Oh, okay, fair. I had that. So 1 second. What's saying, Bree? What's saying? I wasn't stream. So I saw you now, brother. How you doing, man?
Oh, Bree, it's snowing. I'm in London. It's heavily snowing.
For me,
on
it's
my
not.
side of London.
Yeah, for me, it's not.
side of London.
It's not.
I don't know what's going on.
Legit. It's basically snowed a little bit. You saw the snowflakes, but I saw nothing at all. Like basically, it's not settled at all. There's nothing there. So I thought I snowed. I looked outside the window. There's nothing there. It's basically just like it rained. So I was like, okay, cool. And she's telling me, oh, it's actually settled where she lives. I'm like, fair enough.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Yeah, 2 months after. I didn't think like a month after. Yeah, where's this? How you doing, man? Go this stream, brother. Same. I
don't know. I feel like as an adult, it feels weird to say that you have a best friend because I feel like best friends are very like teenage stuff.
I know, but like, it's just terminology in it. It's just the level. You know what I mean? I get that.
No, I get that.
You wouldn't call someone, oh, you're my best friend. Imagine
exactly. Imagine you're like 30 years old and you're like, oh yeah, this is my best. Like it sounds odd.
Oh, bro. Wow, I just sound so depressed. I feel like that guy that basically is stuck being young, and acting younger than you.
But then I feel like when it comes to girls, no. But when it comes to girls, it's a lot easier to say, oh yeah, this is my best friend, and it sound normal because I feel like also when you watch movies and stuff, you'll see mums be like, oh yeah, this is my best friend, and it's normal to hear girls say that they have best friends when they're older. Guys, I feel like it's weird when guys say.
I
Like,
think like,
I
older
just feel
guys
like
do say it when they see introduce their kid. It's my best friend. The guys do say if they introduce someone, they'll say that to the kids. I've seen that happen, but basically, my uncle.
no, but that's dads. I feel like if
Obviously,
you were
not
just
obviously. I was exactly that's what I'm saying. There's a certain age limit. So after a certain age limit,
say you were a married man, and then you, I don't know, are chilling whatever, and you say to this is my best friend. You just it sounds weird.
yeah.
Like as a dad, I feel like a dad thing to say, be like, oh yeah, it's my, because I feel like dads have this like another level, or sort of like you can just play it as a dad joke or whatever. But I feel like when you're a single man, an adult man, it just sounds odd.
Yeah, I don't know. One second. I mean, I have one best friend, and I've
No
known
more.
him my whole life. Guys, that's the best friend mostly are. Not for me, so but it's calmed down. I was talking about snow. Cool. It was just about the stream. How you doing? One of my friends recently decided to move away from one of our friends as his friend was racist. Oh shit. Okay, cool. It's actually going deep. It's going different avenue here. And threatened with teachers for doing nothing. Ah, okay. Detail. I feel like I've never done that. I find it weird to have a best friend. Fair. I get that. I do get that. I do get that.
The thing is, yeah, like just saying someone's your best friend. That's why I feel like people are more comfortable with using close friend,
Yeah.
because it's not, you're not saying that they're just a regular schmegular friend, but you're not also being cringed out by the word best friend. You literally just have like a comfortable middle of, okay, this is my close mate.
Exactly. So I get that. I do get that.
Helps.
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah. If they Slayer, man.
And close mate, like.
So go on. I got you up there. Slayer. That's
Sorry, no, you gone.
I was saying bye. He's saying he's going. That's what I say bye to him.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, go on. Sorry,
Who's
I cut you
left
off.
gunner? Hey, left gunner.
It was in.
I don't know who that is, but hey.
Actually, brother, thank you, man. Appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. I haven't played FIFA in a while because I'm not enjoying FIFA, man. FIFA ain't enjoyable, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just becoming the same old thing, and ain't adapting as much. So I thought I'll play games I rather enjoy. That's what I've been doing, man. And this podcast is like one of the things that I've been enjoying, like just having a conversation, talking about, and see other people's opinions as well, which helps a lot in my mind. And you get to see other people's mindset and how you guys are seeing. I mean, that's all it is. I
hate to say this, but I think all the FIFAs are the same. Maybe this is coming from a non-FIFA player, but I feel like when people are like, oh yeah, FIFA 2021 is out, and I'm like, FIFA 2010 is the same as FIFA 2021. You can play both of them,
you're not
still
wrong.
having
You're
a
not
great
wrong.
time. Like that's what I see. That's how I see FIFA. Like
wrong,
I could play FIFA 2008. It's still the same as whatever FIFA comes out in 2030. 2030 in 2030.
yeah.
So that's my opinion on FIFA. Take it or leave it, but
no, I agree fully.
Really
FIFA is still the same old thing. Just obviously, just change it here and there. Obviously, improve the graphics of the game, make some changes here and there, tweak it here and there. But overall, it's still pretty much the same thing. They could literally just give you an update where they can just update the game, and you should be still able to play the game no matter what. Basically,
they should have like an iOS version of FIFA.
Yeah,
when you update your iPhone, you don't need to buy a new iPhone. You can just get an iOS update on your iPhone.
Or you can pay. You can pay a little bit extra. You can pay like a little bit just to get the new update version. If you want to play, I mean, just to get the new players and whatnot, you have to actually buy a whole new game. You know what I mean? You could pay, I don't know, maybe less than half the price of what you pay. I think the game for like 50, 60 quid. And you can basically you can basically pay like, I don't know, maybe £10 or £5 to get an updated version of it. That's what you got to do.
Someone should pitch this to FIFA.
I think they already know that, but they don't want to do it because they're making money anyway. So why would they reduce their profits? Yeah, I mean,
because you'll get some suckers every year. You'll get a sucker buying the new FIFA. So technically, like they're winning.
You have to call
regardless.
me that. Okay, you have to call me that.
No, it's
alright. I now buy every single year. Doesn't mean I'm a sucker. Okay. Don't have to call Shadow Sucker either because he does it as well.
That's so peak. That's so peak that he buys every single. Someone just said that 18 and 19 are the exact same. I'm sticking with it. You're all suckers. The fact that you would buy 18 and then you'd buy 19 and they're both the same. You both basically paid for the same game.
Yeah, but
you're the sucker.
Like, listen, yeah. It's my money. I do what I want within it. There you go. I don't care. It's like the saying in it, if you stop smoking, you can buy yourself a car. I'm like, where's your car then? If you saying someone to stop buying cigarettes. Yeah, I mean, that's the whole...
If you stop buying cigarettes, you can buy yourself a car.
You know, people say that. If you save this much money, you could buy yourself a car if you save that much money. You know what I mean? And people say that. I'm like, bro, that is the most dumbest thing. Like, if you have that and you can say that, by all means, say it. But if you don't have shit and then you say that to someone who's smoking cigarettes, save up, we can save up money, trying to get out a good persuasion. That's just stupid, man. You know what I mean? They'll end up spending on something else. That's how it works. They'll end up spending on something else. That's what it is.
You should spend it on your friends. Okay, have a think, yeah?
Here you go.
Do you know when you're friends with someone?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what degree of friendship you're in, but it's more. Do you know when you go out or you go out for meals and stuff like that, and you pay for a friend? Do you expect them to pay you back, or do you sort of just be like you just? It's not even a discussion. That person has paid for you. You let it go, and then maybe the next time you'll get the meal or you'll get the drink. So you never really pay each other back for the exact penny, but it's more the case of like, okay, cool, I got you this time, I'll get you the next time, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth. I don't know if that's a thing that you do.
See, okay, so you know my friend group anyway. Though, see, you're my friend group, but you know the majority how we do it. Where if we go out to eat, one guy will pay for all of it, and then we pay him back, or we split the bill there and then. That's how we do it. We don't, obviously, no one owes anyone money. If they do,
no, I think that's when it comes to big meals. So say it was just like you and somebody else, so that's it. Say
if it's like small change money, then no one really cares. I feel like, but if it's like money where you've gone out to eat a meal and they paid for your meal, you kind of feel like, shit, I gotta pay them back for it. You know what I mean? I see. Here's the thing. Okay. That's how it works, right? It's just, I mean, that's what it be. But I know some people aren't like that. Some people are like, everyone shares it. Someone obviously pays for one time, another person pays another time, kind of thing, which makes sense. But like, for me, I feel like it's more. I feel like this is the best system that we have. That no one feels like they've paid more. No one feels the ever urge of like saying, I paid for more than these guys and they've done this, blah blah. Everyone pays for their share. No one pays more or less. Because sometimes when you go out to eat, basically, there's one person will have. Basically, everyone else has paid more than one person. Basically, they bought more stuff, and one person bought the least amount of stuff. However, this year it's all shared equally. It's divided by 4 or 5. But one person maybe has to pay more than half of what they were agreeing to pay. Obviously, what they bought. I thought it's a bit unfair on that person. Yeah, I mean, like, how's that fair for other 4? But the other 4 prices will go low, but that one person has to pay more. Yeah, I mean, so
I heard that.
It's all in moderation, basically. So, if I was to buy something for you, for example, I wouldn't expect anything back. That makes sense?
Okay.
Same with, like, obviously, Mux and thing. Wouldn't expect anything back. I feel like, cool, I paid for it because I wanted to pay for it. It's not like, I wanted something out of it or wanted something in return. However, if you agreed to...
Yeah, like, that's kind of how it goes. Like, if I'm going out to dinner with my friends or whatever, it'd be like, okay, cool, I got you, and then... Or if then... And then say we don't go for a meal in a while, and we go to like a Costa or whatever, and you pay, and they're like, oh, cool, I've got your whatever you buy. So you buy a hot chocolate and a muffin. Yeah. They're like, okay, cool, I'll pay. They pay for that. So although like they're not equal, it's just this idea that like you just like money isn't like the friendship, if that makes sense. Like I've got you regardless. Like, oh, cool, I got this one, and it's not about making up the penny that you owe, but rather just like I got this one, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't think that like
because I know some people that are like, oh no, I need my £2 back, or I need my £1.50 back. Like there's this thing of no, I need you the penny that you spent on that they need it back.
Yeah.
So it's you're putting out that like money isn't an issue in the friendship, or the money isn't important. It's just the fact that it's nice of you to pay for a dinner or pay for a thing.
Yeah, of course. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But I feel like
it
doesn't really require you to be friends to do that. Because I've seen, I've done it as well, where sometimes there's someone in front of you and they're falling behind on change. You say, okay, I'll pay for it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything like, those are people that say, basically, those are people aren't the ones who offered to pay. They're normally the ones who obviously they've been told, hey, can you pay for me? And then they're like, alright, cool, you're going to pay me back, right? That's what it is. So that's how I see it.
Oh, okay. Because sometimes I like forgotten. Say I was at uni and I've forgotten my card. I'd be like, oh, can you get this one for me? And then it's like, yeah, come. But I don't have in mind that I'll like go back and transfer the same exact money. How it works is just, okay, I've got you. Just the other person knows from the friendship that, oh, okay, this one, I've got the next one.
See, it all depends on obviously the level of friendship you have. Obviously, I feel like if you people,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it depends how close you are with the specific person to get the message.
Yeah. But I feel like that can also cause issues depending on each person's financial situation. Let's say one person starts paying more than the other, and the other person doing it that unknowingly doesn't know they don't know they're doing
It
it.
depends how much more.
Exactly. I'm saying is that they pay more often than the other person, or maybe they pay way more depending on the situation as well, where
Okay.
it's like that's a bit unfair. So those are people. At the end of the day, it's all every situation is different, so you can't really say this is right, this is wrong, depending on the situation. You know what I mean, so you can't really say this person's way of doing it is right. It's the perfect way of doing it because in situation wise,
No, because then I'm not saying that that's because then you're just practically saying, oh, you're a shitty friend because you're not doing that. When essentially it's not in your means to do that. You're still a great friend and you can still be there for your friend in other ways and say I got you in other ways other than money. But I just think that because money is a touchy subject generally, like people just don't like to talk about it. I think when it comes to friendship, it's nice to have this transparency with money, knowing that okay, cool, I got you and I can pay for that, blah blah blah.
I feel like I know this might sound very bad. I feel like money should never be involved with friends. Never get them, family or friends, both. Never have money involved with them.
Depends what meaning.
Like in the sense of like, always make sure if you bought something, they bought something for you, make sure you pay them back. Never be the one, I'll get them later on. Never do that. Make sure to pay them back. Even if it's
So have you paid every one of your friends back?
I've attempted to. 100%. I've definitely attempted to. I paid, obviously one of the person I have. I've tried to attempt that. Now leave it. You can get me next time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I remember, do you know when we went to play pool?
Yeah.
I don't remember if I paid him back or not, so I messaged him and I was like, "Oh, did I pay you back?" And he was like, "No, like leave it."
Yeah, exactly. So actually, here's the thing: it's the mindset, don't it? That the mindset of you still were to pay him back though. So that's the main thing. Like even if you don't pay it back,
because it comes to my mind. I don't actually, like I don't remember, and then the fact that he's like cool with it, I feel like the thing that makes it work is like I know I'm exactly like that. That it's been bare long, forget it. Like it doesn't matter. Whereas some people would be like, regardless if it's been like 2 years, yeah, it's this much. Not to say that means that they're a shitty friend.
No,
but it's just more the case of
the way man.
It's just more the case of like I feel like for me that wouldn't fit my criteria of friend because it's more like money. Like for me, because I'm in a good like financial situation in life. It's more the case of I am able to have like no worry about it. So the fact is I don't place value in money. I don't, and that's why the friends that I have, when they're similar in that sense of okay, you don't need to pay me back, or like 2 years have gone and it's like, oh, you don't need to pay me back. It's because they also have a similar relationship maybe, or sort of like they're in that same circle of thought. Where like, okay, cool, it's fine, it's been a while, I don't actually need it. Whereas other people might hold little coins and money so high that they need it all.
Of course. Which makes sense.
Then that would just mean that they don't align with your idea of friendship, rather than them being a shitty friend. It just means that you don't align. That's kind of it.
I feel like it's more so situation-wise how they are financially. Because let's say they're in a very tight financial situation where they can't really spend money like as much as other people can. So for me, obviously, I do say things in that category of like he can't really spend whatever he wants without thinking about, if I spend this money, will I be good enough? Will I be well off? Will I be able to still be able to cover this kind of things? Which is why whenever I think of paying him, I think of that. I mean, even if you ask for money, I would not be upset if he said, hey, can I get you back? Yeah, I mean, I won't be like, what? Because I know his situation. However, if he's well off, like really good, and then he comes up asking about situations where, yo, bro, you still owe me this money. I mean, it's exactly this much. I'll be like, raw. Okay, first of all, it's my bad for not paying you back.
Oh, fair. Yeah, you look at them differently just because they are well off.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, fair enough. If it's like small change, I'll be upset. If it's like a decent amount, okay, yeah, I had to pay you back. That's me being a shitty friend now. That's me being like, okay, cool, I need to pay you back. Because here's the thing: at the end of the day, it's not my money. It's not mine to begin with. if I've said to them, "Oh, you'll pay for me, I'll pay you back," something like that, that means I give my word. If I'm not able to stick to my word, that's me being a bad friend, me being a bad person. You know what I mean? So rather, if they offer to pay for me, hey, yo, I got you, don't worry. I said, shit, I forgot my wallet. Okay, cool. I don't worry, I got you. If they say it up front, then that's a different thing. That means
but that means I got you. You don't need to worry.
exactly. So that's the thing. There's no
Okay.
there's no tension behind of me having to pay the person back. However, I'll still do the decency of like, yo, how much would I pay you back? If they say no to me, then I'm like, bro, I got you. Don't worry about it, man. It's cool. You don't have to pay me back for that. It's alright. I had you. I'm like, cool, fair enough. I want to say it again. Yeah, I mean, because it is what it is. I mean, cool. I expect that. Obviously, next time if we get a situation where he needs to pay whatever, or she, I'll offer to pay for it. Simple as. Yeah, I mean, but that's how it works, I guess. But if I'm the one who come up to you and say, yeah, pay for me, please, and then I'll pay you back, and obviously then he's like, cool, fine, and obviously they do it, and obviously I got.
Because you've given this, you've sent this thing out saying, hey, I'm saying that I will pay you back.
Exactly. So if you have to be,
that means
you have to pay them back. So that's the situation. You have to do it. Otherwise, you're kind of like slacking as a person, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Other than that, money's a very. I think money's a very touchy situation, or topic to talk about in general with people.
That's what I'm saying. So when it comes to friendships, because everyone has the same consensus of like, oh, money can break relationships,
100%.
which is a given. But it's this fact that like nobody even wants to talk about anything. So I feel like I like that I have friends that I'm able to be so open about money. Like I can just be like, oh, I got you, or I can do this for you, and if someone's in trouble, I can just be like, okay, here, I can, like, they know that they can come to me. And I just like that it's so transparent, because the thing is, the amount of times I've sent you like money related things, sometimes everyone's like, oh, don't tell anyone, la di da di da, but it's like I trust you guys so much that I know that I'm cool with, hey Mike, hey, how you doing? I missed you.
Welcome, Mike. Go down,
Now we just have to wait for Rohi and what's it called? Marcus.
Sensei's still here. Mike's here. It's just Marcus is missing. But yeah.
So it's this thing of like, I know that I can trust you, and I know that I'm okay and good with being transparent with like about money with you.
Yeah.
That's why because I'm not sending that to everyone. I've got a select amount of people that I'm sending it to, but it's more the case of I know that I can trust you, or I know that like I like being able to just be open about something that shouldn't be so open.
Yeah. I heard that. That's very true. That's not bad. That makes sense. Obviously, as you say, whatever you're comfortable with telling people, it's your comfortability, and it's not about like, obviously we're concerned, so we'll tell you, yo, you shouldn't be saying this to everyone. But then, if you're comfortable with the end of the day, is you are comfortable, it's whatever you're happy with, so we can't really say no to you about, unless it makes us feel comfortable. Then that makes us, that's a different situation though. But I'm like,
but then I think it's more just like, but it's like, why does it? Obviously, I'm not saying it to everyone, but it's like, why? I understand that some people might look at it and be like, oh, you know, blah blah, you can take advantage of her, lad, because she's your friend, and it's this idea that like money, trust, and friendship don't go together, because it's this thing of your friend can stab you in the back.
Because that's money is a big thing.
I think that's kind of the idea that I get around money, is that
because I've seen people switch. People switch just for money, land, anything that's valuable.
But the thing is, I know that you're like that, or I know that Mux is not like that, or I know that the friends that I have that are girls, they're not like that, and I'm 100% sure. But everyone always says there's always an amount that can buy.
Exactly.
But there's an amount that can buy your friend. But I know for a fact, regardless of that amount, you guys wouldn't sell me out.
Hopefully, but like I said,
hopefully that doesn't. No. That's not very promising. Because I need to know. I need to know that if someone can say I was this I say I was a big shot now, and I'm doing great in my life. And then someone wants some news about me or some shit, and they come to you and they put 5 mil on the table. Are you selling me out for 5 mil?
No, but that's the thing. I can only trust But listen, I can only trust
for 100 mil.
Listen, I can only trust my opinion. I can only trust my man thought. I can't trust anyone else's man thought, because I may say yes, I will not do it. I 100% will not. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to tell anyone about you or anyone, or any of my friends. I'm not going to shit about them. However, doesn't mean the other person will do the same. I don't know what they're thinking. Yes, they've.
Do you think money, like, if say you became a big shot,
Mhm.
do you think I'd sell you out for a certain amount of money?
Right now, if who
Why
you
you-
are right now, no. However, time changes people and so their mindset. So
It's the way you said right now that I feel like I'm a bit offended. The way right
Listen,
now you're not gonna sell me out,
no,
but
listen.
in the future you can sell me out.
Here's the thing. I'm not saying you as a person, because the situation makes a person. The situation, wherever you are in, could lead you to
Okay.
change who you are now. Yeah, I mean, like right now you could be, oh, my friends, all this bad stuff. But if something happens where you start, I mean, when people start taking power over themselves and they start thinking, oh wait, I need to sort myself out and stuff like that. When people change, yeah, I mean, because when they're kids, oh, we're so good friends and whatnot. They tell them all their secrets, and once they get older and then they start getting selfish, starting getting their own thoughts and so on. People they don't become friends anymore because they realize that the company they've been around isn't what they need to be, because they start really
Yeah, like their priorities have changed.
Exactly. And let's say, for example, let's say I become a big shot, whatnot. Fair enough, I don't care. But like, let's say if someone came to you for information and whatnot, obviously, if I tell you the information, that must mean I trust you first of all, right? That's the main thing. But now the trust obviously has to come back where you trust. You can obviously be like, cool, we won't tell anyone about it. However, there's still a likelihood you may tell someone that I cannot say 100%, because there's not 100% honest person. Yeah, I mean, there's always that 99%. There's that 1% that could change them. We don't know. It could be a situation, could be the money, could be anything. We don't know. Yeah, I mean, so in that reason, I'm like,
Yeah, like for example, like I don't know, say you're a big shot and I'm super poor now,
exactly.
and
So
someone
therefore,
puts 10 mil. Say someone puts 10 mil on the table.
yeah.
I'm like, yo, that could change your life.
See, heads for my mind, I would.
And it's then you think like, oh, what's a little information for 10 mil? Like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah. For me, it's like, it depends who it is. For me, situational wise, like,
Wow, it depends who it is.
basically, it depends who it's meaning. Depends who said it. Like, who they've gone to.
Okay.
Like, obviously, if it's you, Mark's a thing, I'll come straight to your house. Like, what the fuck? First of all, yeah, I mean, like, what are you guys doing? You could have come to me. They came with money.
Well,
Come
you
to me
said it,
first.
yeah.
You could came to me first. Spoke
Yeah.
to me about it. I might have given you shit to tell them. You could give me something to split. I don't know. I got something like that. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it was situational, man. Because if you're willing to do that, first of all, I don't think we'll be friends in the first place. That makes sense.
The thing is, this is what I'm saying is like,
But
yeah.
But as I said, I've
what's
seen
a little
people
information?
change.
What's a little information for 10 mil?
Of course.
But then it's also like, no, but my loyalty and my integrity and my respect for you is far greater than 10 mil. Do you get what I mean?
Of course. But what I'm saying is, I've seen brothers who have been tight as shit, and money gets involved. Oh, shit goes down. Where they start talking to each other. They start basically trying to split up the business, whatever, doing together. Whatever, this caused a massive issue. We started talking shit about each other. You know what I mean, whereas like that's I'm like, people can change over time, and it's a given fact. People do change. So even if the person that you trust the most can change on you, and I've seen many people have done that. It's their own family who basically break that trust.
I get that, but I think a part of me is just like, I'd like to hold on to the loyalty, the respect, and the integrity section.
But
so regardless of who I become, what I change into, I'd like to believe that I can hold on to the fundamental parts that I like.
See, here's the thing.
So
from what you're saying, it's belief, right? So only you can believe in what you believe. You can't force upon that to someone else, right? So
No, of course not.
So obviously, what I believe and what I think doesn't mean that other person thinks the same thing. Sadly, so I will not do this to someone, but doesn't mean someone else won't do it to me. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what the situation is, what their mind thought is. I hope I do, but doesn't mean I 100% do. You know what I mean?
No, but the thing is, I feel like the friends that I've made, I believe that they will do the same. Like, we're on the same wavelength. So if I wouldn't sell you out, you wouldn't sell me out. But the thing is,
see, right now,
I've got a handful.
The reason why
it's like I've got a handful. I'm not picking everyone
Yeah,
that I have in my contacts. But I know that I've got a solid handful that I am 1,000% sure.
I'm really saying the
that
close.
wouldn't sell me
Okay,
out.
I got a couple of thoughts in my mind. Of course, I do have those people.
Like I'm not even talking about who they're gonna become in the future. I'm talking about like for the rest of my life. I know that these are a solid handful.
Okay, fair enough.
And like do you get what I mean?
I
Like
can
I don't
respect
care
that.
who they
I can
become
respect
or
that. I
what
can
they
respect that.
change into, but I know that they're I know that they're solid till I die. That's basically how I see it.
Okay, I respect that. But for me, I've seen a lot of stuff which makes me question even a small thing. Question basically makes
But
me
I'm letting you know you're one of those handfuls. So don't disappoint me in the future.
okay. Shit, stop pressure. But I'm joking. But what I'm saying is just that when people change, it's because of the situation, because of the circumstances. I mean, some brothers are calm until
Yeah.
they get married, when they start having their wives and whatnot, when they start putting shit in their ear
Oh.
and that kind of stuff, or they have
Oh.
kids and they start thinking about their kids about more about than their brother and whatnot. So, yeah, I mean, it's not them who change the situation
Yeah.
that makes them change, and when they change the situation, they become
It's
a
other
whole new
people that
person.
it's other people that they invite into their lives, or
Exactly.
like
We can't. As I'm
the
saying,
situations that life puts in for
exactly.
them changes them. I
So
get
as I'm
that.
saying, you right now, I can trust 100%. I know you ain't gonna do shit,
Like,
but I don't know when you get your better half or your other half, whatever you call it, shit, whatever it is. When you get your partner,
partner. We
yeah.
don't call it any half. I'm a
Okay.
complete person all by
A marriage is
myself.
a marriage is a complete thing basically, right? So it's a half of a marriage, basically. As I'm saying now, as I'm saying. But anyway,
No, I know, but
you
I
can't be a one-person marriage,
see it
can you?
as a. I'd love it if it was a
Well,
thing,
sadly, it's not.
but it's clearly not a thing. But I like to just call it partner. I think because it cringes me out when other people say other half, that I don't like that.
But
I don't know.
the
It
reason
feels
I say
weird.
other half is his marriage, other half, like other half of the marriage.
No, I get that, but
That's
when I
what it
hear
is.
people say, "This is my other half," and I'm like, "You are a complete person all by yourself." So I don't know what you're saying about this half thing, but no, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Anyway, so
but yeah.
when you
So,
be that person, how you be when you're married, whatnot, you may change. Maybe not drastically, but slightly. You will change. It's a given fact. You will not be the same person. You believe you will
of
be,
course.
but you will not. That's a given fact. And
No, but I'd like to hold on to the fundamentals. I
as
know
of
that I'll change as a person, that the things that I do and the way I act a little bit will
see how you know how I can
change.
tell if
But
someone's. Here's the thing: how you can tell if you will be or not is basically your self control. Do you have self control? If you have self control, then you will be what you say you are. If you haven't got self control, therefore what you're saying now will not change until you get that self control.
yeah, like someone can mold you. That's
Exactly.
basically it. The people that you meet will mold
Exactly.
you
It's
into
basically
change.
exactly the self
Whereas
control
if you
is
have
where
self control,
yes.
you're able to understand like, okay, this person's wants to be like this, and you're like, okay, cool, I like a bit of that. You're not
Exactly.
gonna change for them, if that makes sense.
Exactly. Because how my friends, I don't
Also,
judge them.
Mike,
Go on.
I don't know if he's clocked what we're talking about.
That was its friendship in it. It's talking about friendship. We're talking about how money can
No, I
affect
know,
friendship.
but currently, right now, what we're talking about money in
How
friendship.
money affects it, yeah. How money affects friendships. Because a lot of people have a lot of money, and then their friends, their old friends they're not their friends anymore, basically.
Or when you've made it like a big shot, and then people that you weren't so close with, they start hitting you up and they're like, "Yo, Maester, how you doing?" And you're like, "Bro, I hadn't heard from you in like what 5 years."
Yeah.
Just because you're a big shot now. Do you get what I mean? So it's like money can change people in the sense of like, even if like your solid true friends could turn out to be assholes, but it's like other people that you weren't so close with now deem you as an appropriate friend just because you're a big shot.
That's just people looking at situation rather than the person. You know what I mean? There's a saying that someone says, people see how do people see a person is through the success, and how they rate them. Have they good? Have they done well in life? If they've done well, they're a highly rated person. If they haven't done well in life, they're a low rated person. That's how people see it. You know what I mean? And that's how. Again, fact is, if someone's crazy, basically that's how you tell someone's crazy or a genius. If they're doing shit in what they're doing, they call them a crazy person. But if they do 1%, that's what they call them a genius. You know what I mean? So let's say I'm doing this right now. So what's this guy doing? Why is he doing a podcast? Why are you doing this right now? If I do well in it, this guy's a genius. What the fuck? How do you mean he came out of nothing, did this?
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
okay.
That's how people judge people is through their success, how they've done, if they're smart or they're not. Yeah, I mean, that's how people is. So when they see people and they say, I know this person, he's successful, I'm gonna become friends with this person. However, if they know someone that's not doing great, they won't call them as their friend. That's how it works. So those are people like that. Those people are, how I say it now, the small-minded people. Those are the people that they don't think for themselves. They think with the society. So if society says this person's valuable, you value them. Yeah, I mean.
Like yes. I hear you.
If it doesn't value them, you don't value them either. They're not my friend. I don't know them. I don't care. But if society values them, you value them. So those type of people are like, those type of people aren't like worth having around you. Like
Weirdly enough, I feel like the majority of the world is like that.
As I'm saying, there's only a handful of
And
people.
by majority, I would say like maybe 70-30. So I genuinely think 70% of the world is like that.
Yeah. It is. And I feel like it's sad, but like it's the damn truth. And like people, I'm an honest person, but I'm not that kind of guy. I respect my friends, whatever. I don't care if they're rich or poor. I'll still be there for them and whatnot. Now,
Friends who are like, oh yeah, because you don't like this person, I don't like this person.
oh yeah, I don't get that.
Like that for me is the same thing. The fact that society would dismiss this person, you also dismiss that person. That's the bigger scale of it. But this minor scale of it is if like your friend group didn't like this person, you also don't like them. So that's like the everyday, everyday small scale. And I think that person maybe grows up to be, oh, if society doesn't like them, blah blah blah. But they also just don't have a brain of their own to say, hey, no, like why do they've done nothing wrong to me? What should I like? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Why should you be upset? Why should you start not liking the person? Yeah, I mean, so it is.
Exactly.
And like, you should only like or dislike a person from your own opinion and whether you see what they've done right or wrong, depending on what they've done, to hate them or dislike them or whatever. Yeah, I mean, never because I was like,
you can also not have an opinion.
Yeah, you just don't care.
Like, it doesn't have to be good or bad. You just, exactly. Like, you just don't care for them. That could also, but I feel like people don't see that as an option. People just see I should either like them or not like them. But there could be an in between of like neither or either.
Because here's the thing. Here's how I see it. If my opinion does nothing, if I like them or don't like them, makes no difference to them, then why should I make a difference of liking them or not liking them? Yeah, I mean, like, why should I bother not liking this person when they don't even care if I like them or not, or dislike them or not?
They don't even know you exist, bro.
Exactly. So why should I not like?
It's like, that's why I find it dumb when people are like, oh yeah, in society, if society doesn't like them, I don't like them, and then you're like, but that big shot says the person that everyone's hating on, they don't even know you exist.
You're just a sheep.
No, but they don't even know that they exist. You're just a little small town person, and they don't know you exist, and you're out here thinking you're a big shot because you're society hating this person. It's a bit dumb.
It is. You know when people say, "Oh, they don't like him, I don't like him either," that kind of stuff, or society's like not right or wrong. You're basically a sheep, or let's say a bird or a pigeon, whatever you want to call it, that fly in flocks, where one person leading, everyone just follows that person. If they don't know where they go, they don't care.
Oh yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah, it's part of the flock, and actually.
Oh, do you know what that reminds me of? Do you know when we went to brunch and then we saw all those birds?
Yeah.
And then there was just one bird, and that bird was like, "Oh yes, this direction," and then they went a different direction, and the birds were just lost.
Literally, it's crazy. Literally, they're just going left, right, going every direction. We're like, what the fuck's going on? They'll follow one pigeon, and the pigeon's like saying, and basically, will just turn, and this pigeon knows where he's going. They'll follow another one and do the same thing again. It was like, what the fuck? Until one person noticed like a group was going by and they joined that group. Which is like mad. Okay, fair enough. But like, yeah, that's how it is, I guess. People in society are very easily manipulated.
Do you think?
I feel like to dislike and like a person.
I think no, I understand that.
That's what it is.
I think it's just this. It's odd. I think because I was gonna go into. I was like, I know it's a really cliche question that everyone asks on every podcast, but when you were like, when you said, oh, you know, not family, when friends sort of hate on, oh, like, you know, it's a small-minded thing to do to hate on others. Hey, MarcusMusic made it.
Let's go, Marcus.
All my subscribers are here.
Wait,
okay.
Go on. Topic.
It was more the case of what's it called? Yeah. So do you know when like you're like, oh, it's a small-minded thing, you know, society shaping the way some people think without having their brain of their own. But don't you just think that like families are like that, where they sort of just like, especially, okay, I'm going into this and the reason I say it's cliche because it's something that you hear a lot, which is boy-girl friendships, and it's this thing of families, specifically Asian families, find it really odd So it's like they've already made up their mind. Okay, cool, that's not great. So we're out here hating on society because hating on this person because society says so.
Mm.
But technically, that's what the Asian community does. It's just like, okay, cool, one didn't work out, or I just think this opinion, so I'm gonna spread this opinion of mine everywhere, and now the whole Asian community thinks the same. So in another way, this whole society hating this person, it's
I
like
don't
Asian
think. Yeah,
community
the thing is that I don't think it's based upon
dynamic.
race. I think is in every race has their own way of seeing how people should live a life. That's how it is. Everyone has their own opinion. Everyone has their own way of living, and everyone has their way of thinking. That's the right way. Another way is wrong. Like in obviously in the UK culture,
Yeah, but what do they like? What opinion do they have that is wrong? Do you get what I mean?
the mind. I think it's
It's
cultural mindset. It's the cultural thing behind it. Like, obviously here in the UK, it's called the guy and the girl to just be friends, right? And obviously over there is obviously it's cool to a certain degree, but then obviously now it's become more common because it's become more Western. Otherwise, back in the day, a guy and a girl being friends, nope, ain't cool. You stay friends with your own sex. You don't become friends with other people. You know what I mean? That's what it is. It's because of culture, innit? Yeah, it's so stupid. Like guys and girls can be friends, but society normally tends to wonder why they are not dating or why they're so close. It's definitely a culture here too. Exactly. It's
He's
cultural.
right. Like even in the UK, when they sue to, we like to think that we're progressive and we like to think that we're so forward and westernized, but we're not. We're still stuck in that. We still find it peculiar when there's a girl and guy best friend,
Here's the
not
thing.
just
Okay,
regular
let me ask
friends.
you a
Like
question.
they're like the best of friends, and everyone always just thinks, oh yeah, like why you not guys? You guys would be cute. Like
Taylor,
you're
let me ask you
already
a
trying to
question.
put these two
Let
people
me ask a
together.
question.
Like even you, I think subconsciously no one can accept that
Okay,
a
let
guy
me
and
ask you
girl
a
can be
question.
friends.
What's one question? Would you be okay if your daughter was friends with guys?
Yeah, I would.
You
I
would.
don't even hesitate. I don't even hesitate. Yes, I would be okay with it.
So if you only had
If she
guy,
brought,
if she had,
if say she had guy friends and she brought them to the yard
Mhm,
and there was like what she was, say she was a girl,
mhm,
say she's exactly like me, and say she has three guy friends and it's her
mhm.
in this group. Come, bring them over to the yard.
Okay, and would they, if she said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go to," but
I'm
here's the
down for
thing:
that.
would you be comfortable with them all going to her room?
I'm hesitating, but I'd say
If you hesitate, that is tells
yeah.
me you doubt you would not.
No,
You would not.
I
You
no,
would
I
not.
would say no. I'm good with no because I'm
You'll be
thinking
good with them being
weirdly enough.
downstairs in the living where you can see
No,
them, but you wouldn't be okay with them when you're
no,
upstairs. You're not on this
weirdly
side.
enough, what
Go on.
popped into my head
What?
was with the door open or with the door
Close,
closed.
close, because they don't obviously they're just keeping the door closed. Would you be okay with that idea?
The thing is, I like to say that I raised my daughter well enough and I trust her, so I'm gonna let her go to her room and close the door and chill with these guys.
See, here's the thing. In my opinion, um,
Because I've done such a great job picking the ones that I have that I know that if she has the same ones, I'm good. Do
but here's the
you
thing.
get what I mean?
Like I told you, here's the thing. You found us how long later down the line of friends of people you lived with, obviously friends of whatever. How later down the line do you find them? Was when you
Okay,
what?
look, I guess I found you when I was 21.
Exactly, very late down the age.
Did I find you when I was 21?
Maybe
Or did I
late.
find you when I was 20? I don't know, but I found you in my
We
20s.
made each other. I think it was 18. We made each other in 18. That's the first time we met.
Okay.
But
Weirdly
understand,
enough,
how did you get
yeah,
to
then
this
20.
topic? It's friendship, innit? So it is, man. We're talking about that stuff, man. We're talking about the idea of a guy and a girl being friends and like how society sees it. And then we're saying, she's like, ah,
Yeah, because the thing is, what you tolerate for yourself,
yeah,
some
yeah.
people don't tolerate for, like, sometimes, like, say you, I
Mm,
don't know, an alcoholic and he was smoking, you'd
yeah.
be like, okay, cool, I tolerate that for myself. But the moment you have children, all of a sudden it's not acceptable that they smoke or that they drink.
Yeah, because the
So I
situation
find it
changes.
funny.
Because
So,
situation
yeah,
changes,
so I
yeah.
find it, but the thing is, things that you wouldn't tolerate for your kids, you tolerate for yourself. So it's like, yeah, I can be cool with having guy friends, but then no, I'm not cool with my daughter having them. But
Mm-hmm.
in this case, I am cool. But some people are like, no, I'm not cool with that. So I
See, for
find it
me,
very odd that you would be okay with some things for yourself, and then obviously for your child, it's a completely different story.
yeah, because I know how people can get manipulated. And I
No,
rather,
if
if,
she met them when she was in school, say it was in secondary school, she met them.
see, here's,
For me, at that age, if she met them in secondary school,
mm,
then I'm like, okay, no, I'm still in I'm still in that whole I'm trying to raise you section of her life.
yeah.
for me, it'd be like, cool, you can chill downstairs. For me, it'd be just chill downstairs. When you're a bit older and I know them a bit better, and
Exactly.
I
So I
can trust
say it's
all
the
of
level. It's the level. So
them,
basically, it's the back.
then I can be like, cool, go to your room. I trust
So
all. Do you get what I mean?
So
But
it
in the
still depends
beginning,
on the
say
level of
she
how
met
what you
them,
believe. Though,
then
if you believe they're good for your kids, only then you would allow them to be with, like, obviously be alone with
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah. Of course, of course.
So
Of
you
course.
would has that's what I'm saying. So basically, it's still the mindset of a guy and a girl being together. You're not comfortable with it. If there's girls, you wouldn't be mindful. Yeah, girls, go to your room. It's no problem. They're girls. Yeah, because the
No.
guy.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Because a guy, you'd be like, no, you can't go to the room by yourselves. You guys have to be downstairs with me in the front. Let's be where I can go and see you guys easily. Yeah, I mean, just because a guy and a girl, and that's how it is. And sadly, is the truth because obviously, it is nature. I mean, it's just gonna be, and that will be trying to mind. It's a natural instinct as a parent. Yeah, I mean, it's a natural instinct as a parent. Your mind goes through things you don't want to think about, and it goes through them naturally. And I don't blame parents when they become very protective and whatnot. Chai biscuits like Hindi for tea and cookies. I'm asking that. Yeah, that's the topic. That's basically it, man. That's basically the name of the podcast. Because they're calling about chai and talking about biscuit. That's all it is. So that's the name comes from that.
Because Maester drinks a lot of tea, so it just made sense to have chai in the title.
And she eats a lot of biscuits. That's why we have biscuits.
Hey, listen, what is it? Fruit shortcake. Tesco, go get some. It's amazing. It's got enough sugar in it. You might not be a raisin person, but when you dip it in the tea, it's really nice.
It's gonna be a bit of sweet taste. But anyway, yeah, sorry. So as I was saying, you can trust your kid. I feel like after a certain age, when you know their mental state is at the right stage, when they're not gonna be in an issue of like, you know, your kid's good mentally. You know your kid's at a right mindset in life as a person in general, and what they're looking for in people as well as in friends and family and whatnot. Yeah, I mean.
Okay, I have another question for you.
Yeah.
You know how you said, okay, cool. Say she was a girl and she just had predominantly guy friends in her group. Say it was just one guy.
Same thing.
And her.
Same thing.
Okay.
No front room. You can come there. You can come out. You stay in the living room. Where
no,
I'll
no,
be.
no. So now with this, Now with this one guy.
Yeah.
Say that you trust her and la di da di da, and then they go and then they're like chilling there. Would you ever allow them to chill in their room?
Not until she's old enough.
Room.
Basically, if she's become, let's say, if I know the kid's parents, I know all about the kid's family. Like basically, I know the kid in and out, and they've known each other for years. Let's say 7+ years. Alright, I'll be comfortable with them. They've grown up together, and now they're both old enough that they know what to do and what not to do. They can go to in a room together. I have no issue in that. But because I know the kid's parents, if something goes down, I'm going to the parents. I'm fucking them shit up. That's how I know.
Okay.
I mean, I know where to go to if I need to do something. So that's why. If I don't know the kid's family, I don't know who you're from, where you live, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. You ain't going nowhere near the bedroom. You sit in the living room, you can chill there.
Okay.
That's how I see it. Parents, other names of any parents, of course. Overprotective parents in general, man. People are going to be overprotective, man.
No. But with your... Oh, what's his name? Bradush? Is that how you pronounce it?
Bradush, yeah.
Okay, but with his comment about overprotective parents, I'm the anomaly to that.
Yeah.
I don't have overprotective parents. I have been able to live a carefree life and chill and whatnot. Like I would go out, come home at like 3 a.m. or whatever. Like it wasn't a problem, or it's never been a problem for me because I don't know, like, and that's just how I've been raised. All I know is that the reason I can be so carefree is because I've not grown up with overprotective parents, and I really enjoy that. And I think it's super interesting when other people tell you like, oh, like my mom asks me like where I'm going, what time I'll be back, who I'm going with, what's their mom's name, and I'm like, I don't know that. I don't know none of these things, because sometimes the guys, being you, the lads, are like, oh cool, are you all free? Let's hang out. So keeping in mind, we've just said, yeah, let's hang out. We don't know our destination. We don't know what time. We don't know none of that.
Yeah.
All we've said, yeah, we're gonna hang out.
And once we got on the way, where have we been up?
I don't have an answer. Yeah, like I don't have an answer. Sometimes we're driving to nowhere. We're just driving to the person, but we don't actually know where we're going from there. So for me to answer, I don't have a question. But the thing is, my mom knows that I have a car to go from A to B, and that I'll be home just fine. So it's pretty cool to have that.
the rules, and I just wanted more freedom.
You're lucky.
Like I thought I'd care
Overprotective
to have
parents can last so far, but even I had it. So I can't really
fair.
freedom. That's what I'm saying. That's why I like that I got the freedom that I was allowed, or that I was raised the way I was, solely because I didn't want to. Because I've seen obviously overprotective parents, and I feel like they breed the best liars.
Oh, 100%,
Honestly,
100%.
I have met so many, and I can't tell you the way if you could hook them to a lie detector, the lie detector wouldn't even detect it because they are that flawless. Like their heart rate doesn't change, nothing. They are the most beautiful liars.
Because it's not a matter of lying
ever.
for them; it's the matter of just like getting not to get in trouble. So it's like that's the way of living life.
Exactly.
It's the way of living life.
I just find like it's just the fact that like, hey, I want to do this normal, regular teenage thing, but then your parent has concocted this whole situation in their heads that like, then you're like, oh no, you're not allowed. But then it's like, bro, I want to do a normal teenage thing, so then you just have to lie to do normal things. You're not doing extravagant things. You're literally trying to live a normal teenage westernized life. But then for them, what they envision for you is so different that you end up having to lie just to live that life.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
just hanging out with your friend. I don't know.
Let's say my example.
There'll be
Let's say my example, right?
Okay.
So let's say me and Taylor want to hang out. I can never tell my daddy I'm gonna hang out with Taylor. Hey, no way. I gotta tell my homie's name.
Well,
that's a given fact. Come on, that would be hey, where you going? He doesn't care. He doesn't really care where I'm going in the sense of like I'm going. He's more like, I'm going somewhere that.
Yeah, like just to hang out. Yeah,
he just knows
just
I'm
to hang
going
out
with someone that I know.
Girl.
If I'm saying I'm gonna meet with my friend somewhere out somewhere, then I call. You know what I'm saying? I call no worries. He's like going far nearby. If it's far and cool, he knows I'm gonna be late. It's nearby, I'm gonna be late either way. But like at least he knows that in the back of his mind, I'm cool with people that I know. Simple as. So that's all it is. But I can never tell Taylor's name because first of all, she's a girl. I'm like, wait, you mean her? Who you mean? If I were to say I meet up with her, for example, I would say who am I going with? If it was just me and her, it was never going to be a no. It's going to be as a no-go, no. Yeah, I mean, make sure other people are there with you at least. That's how it might say if you haven't seen a girl, for example. So there's a very strict old thinking kind of man, old backward thinking. I mean, not backward thinking, but it's very old-fashioned.
He did know me. No, but even if he did know me, it would still be no.
Yeah, but what's come
like
you, yeah.
If say he knew me really well, whatever, and then you're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go see her. He'd still like.
I don't think he would actually care. I don't think he would be. I think if he's cool with you, he wouldn't really care. But like, he wouldn't want you to come to my house. He would be against the idea of you come to my house.
Oh, okay.
Like, he would let other guys come through, but he wouldn't let you. He won't let you a girl come through. That's what he's like.
Oh yeah, okay. So even though I didn't grow up with overprotective parents, I'm not allowed guys over. But that's more specifically a religious thing rather than a cultural thing, I think.
Yeah.
It might be a mix, to be fair. It could be both religious and cultural. But I've never been allowed guy friends. So I mean, over to the house. So I think it's just like, okay, cool, you can have them.
Mm-hmm.
It's always, my mom obviously knows, she's been raised in this westernized world. She's raised up north, so she knows that at some point you're gonna meet people and they're gonna be guys and they're gonna be friends with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what's interesting is that she knows that, and she knows that, okay, cool, regardless, you're gonna have those friends, but have them outside of your yard. Have them outside of your area.
Mm-hmm.
Don't meet them anywhere near the house. Blah blah blah. Like there's specific things of just you're not allowed them near the house. You can meet them wherever, and that's the cool thing is that she was okay with that. That we can all hang out just as long as it's not near the house.
Yeah, that's true. Fair enough. That makes sense.
That's why I had to sneak.
Fair enough. That's not bad. But at least you had that one parent.
Sneak you guys into my house.
The thing is that you had that one cool parent at least. I didn't have neither, but my parents were strict. So, did I tell you that time when Thing hugged me in front of them and they were like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you did. And then your dad had like a heart attack.
Basically, yeah, it was a parent.
He was like, excuse me, what's going on
here? Yeah. So basically, it was too funny. So basically, I was in college, sixth form, right? And I think it's the first one. I'm not sure, first parents' evening and whatnot. So this is my parents like actually going to college for the first time as well, seeing it. My mum had seen it before, my dad hadn't seen it before. My dad's first time there, and we were there, blah blah. We walk in, and one of my friends runs up to me and hugs me in front of them, and she had no idea because I'm in front of my dad. I'm way ahead of my parents, way ahead. Because I'm trying to find out where it is. Because I had no idea where I was going to be. So I was looking around, and then she runs up out of nowhere and hugs me. And my parents have basically got like a widescreen view of this, basically. So they literally are say like 10 meters away from me, and they see her running towards me and hug me. I'm saying, okay, cool. She hugs me. Then I'm like, fuck, my parents. I literally look straight at my parents. And I can see my dad give me that disapproval look, and my mom as well. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? You know what I mean? And literally, I pushed her away from me as quick as I could. And she was like, well, fuck. And I looked to my left, and she looked as well. And, and she realized to my parents that she's backed off. And she's like, hi, and she's walked off. And she's hi to my mom and just walked off. It was hella awkward. But it was like, fair enough. My parents like,
raised so differently. Like, she's obviously raised with different values and beliefs that for her, that's really normal and that's really okay. And so I find it, obviously at that young age, sometimes you don't know, but it's just really sad when, like, for you, you're doing this, like, chill, carefree life, and then someone else has all these sort of barriers up solely because that's just these things that they've been brought up with. So she's probably left like, oh, wow, this guy hates me. Like, she doesn't realize that you're thinking about your parents, because for her, her parents are like, okay, cool.
I don't think she. I think she knows that. She knows that because she's brown as well, so she would know. But it's
only half.
Yeah, but yeah, I know she's only half, but still, she has that. She's been brought up in a brown environment, but she's been given that freedom. What you've been given.
Oh, okay. I thought she would have. She's been raised on her white side.
You seen her mum, man?
Oh yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
I was the only person with the phone. Wow.
But yeah, also, with Marcus's comment, phone, I don't think I would give my kid a phone until very later on in life, just because it's not to do with, I just think like we live in a social media world that's the reason why I wouldn't give them a phone. And the thing to make sure that you and your kid are cool is more this constant communication. So say for example, like we're living in London and now all of a sudden like my partner wants to work in South America. It's this like some parents are just like, okay, cool, he's got a job there, we want to move, let's all move. But you need to have this conversation with your child and be like, hey, we're gonna move to South America, are you cool with that? Like, but they're like, no, but I got friends. And I feel like constant communication with your child allows you to have a relationship that they can trust you and be comfortable with you.
Wait,
and I feel like from there.
Go on, sorry. As this background, how is that linked to mobile phone? That's what I'm confused about. Sorry.
Because with him, he's saying that like, he's saying that his phone, like he was allowed a phone until he was 16.
Yeah. And
the other guy said that he's allowed a phone because he had to tell his mom and dad every time he went out where he was, la di da da. But it's this idea that all both of them needed just a conversation or a communication between their parents to be like, hey, I'm going out, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like, I feel like in both of them you just miss constant communication with your parent.
Fair. I feel like this is the same thing with the generation thing where you don't talk with your parents about certain things, I mean, some topics and whatnot, because they expect you to know, because that's how they learn it.
Because he could not respond to their text. He might, like, say they ask you, he might not respond to a text. He might not pick up their calls. Eventually, 20 missed calls later, he'll be like, bruv, bun this. I don't want to chat. I don't want to pick up the phone. I'm with my friends.
Here's the thing. If that happens, the phone's
listen,
going.
I get that.
The
that's
phone
their fault,
is.
yeah.
You want me to do that? Right, cool. Take my phone.
I get it. But my point is, no, I get it. But my point is, like, your kid could not text you back. He might not ring you. Like, it's this thing of like, this parent is hoping that they pick up, but they might get so irritated with you outside of your home because they just want to chill with their friends. But in the back of their mind, they're like, oh, bro, I got to text my mom, or I got to, like, stuff like that. That they'll just, the phone is just useless now. But if you instead had you communicated with your child, like, hey, I just want to know where you are because I'm protective of you, because I don't want anything to happen. Your kid is more likely to be like, okay, cool, I'm going out with here to this blah, blah, blah. They'll be more open with you because you've allowed them to know the reason why you're so overprotective. Whereas all we ever know is that our parents are overprotective, but we never have a reason why. We just have to assume as an adult when we get older that, oh cool, that makes sense because my mom was raised like this. But you only ever understood that when you were like a young adult. You never understood it as a teen. You just like, oh bro, this is getting out of hand. Why is she ringing me 10 times? I already told her. And you get what I mean? It's just that.
I get it. You was in Dark. What's the stream, brother? How you doing? We're both good, thank you. Apologies for not answering straight away. We'll see. I didn't want to disturb things. We're on the topic.
Sorry.
Didn't want to cut it off. Yeah, I mean, what are you saying, the Dark? I hope you're good. Hope you're good. Welcome through. Yeah, I mean. But Marcus, that's the thing. I do get why, obviously, as Taylor said, they just want to know where we are. We're safe and whatnot, and we're good, and we're doing all right. My dad's a bit different. He's like, you need to come home at this time. If I'm not home by that time, I'm just getting phone calls after phone calls after phone calls. Like, yo, why you not home yet? You said you're gonna be home at this time, right? We're not home yet. Blah blah. And it's on and on and on. It never ends. Which I like. I get, but I'm like, I'm 24 now, man. And I'm with people that you know. He just has the whole mindset now. He wants me to be home at a certain time. I have to be home. Yeah, I mean, and that's what it is. I get it. I do get it. And it's a mindset he's had for years. Yeah, I mean, basically after school, if my friends want to meet up, let's go play football. Let's go do this, blah blah. My parents were like, come home first, eat something, and then go. I'm like, by then everything's ended. Yeah, I mean, by then me coming all the way back home, me getting changed, and then going back is like, why? By then they're all like, cool, let's go home now, guys. You know what I mean? So I was like, why? But then let's come home first. Because their mind says like, cool, I've come home first and now I'm okay. But I'm like, yeah, I mean, I get that as being protective, but there's a limit to it, a certain level to it, yeah, I mean, where...
Protective, but you can't, like I said, you can't be overprotective. Because then your kid starts resenting you.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but the thing is, your kid, because I just think, if you're overprotective, then you need to have an open communication with your child of why you are like this.
Yeah.
So that way they can understand you and they can help you out and they could text you back and they can ring you back, because then you might not, so then that way you have that honesty. Whereas if you're just doing these things, like I said, you just grow up to, and they irritate you.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing. That's the level of parenting. There's a very thin line between overprotective and protective. The very thin line. If you're aware of it, you're doing a good job. If you're not aware of it, then you're doing a bad job as a parent, in my opinion. Meaning that you're not aware of how you stand in your child's mind. Like, you may think that they're thinking like that, but are they really the same way? Are they really thinking how you're thinking? I mean, that's the truth, isn't it?
No, I get that. And the thing is, like, I had a curfew. I had to come home this was when I was younger. So when I was in secondary school, I had to be home before it was dark. That was it. It wasn't come home after school, blah blah blah, I could do whatever. It was just come home before it. And that was solely because obviously I don't have a car. Say I rode a bike. It's the fact that she didn't, like, unless the parent drops me home, which is also different. It's just like, oh, from A to B, how are you getting home in the dark? And it's this idea like, I don't know what might happen to you. So that's the reason why I had to be home before dark. But then as you get older, you get friends who drive, or you get parents who drive you, or you drive yourself. That's why there's no curfew, because my mom knows that from A to B, you'll be able to get yourself home.
Yeah. But I kind of agree with Patricia saying that overprotective parents and open communication don't go hand in hand, because
no, they do. No, in the generation that your parents were born, no.
Yeah.
In this generation, the one that I'm currently in, and us lot become parents. Yes, I do think it can exist.
It can, but there'll still be a very thin line. Basically, I feel like
it has to be a conscious thing. You have to consciously think about communication. It's not going to happen subconsciously.
But that's only if your kids are willing to understand you. If your kids aren't willing to understand you, the overprotective parents are like, fuck this, you're doing what I'm saying. I will communicate. If you don't understand me, I don't care.
Oh, bro, if my kid swears at me,
it's not about swearing. It's not about swearing. It's about basically.
No, it's the way you're like, oh, f this, and I'm like, nah.
No. I'm just saying that, of course. But like, yes, that's what the energy is basically. The energy is saying, nah, man, I want to go with my friends straight away after school. I don't want to come home first. I mean, if you have a reason for it, they're understanding. You don't care. They're doing that. Open communications.
No, but then it's dumb. No, but I agree with the kid. If the kid actually goes, yo, no, I want to go after school straight and then come home, that kid makes sense, because it is dumb to come home,
of course, but I'm saying
and then go back out.
But that's what I'm saying. Because if you're overprotective,
you as a parent also have to understand that some of the stuff that you've been brought up with is dumb, and for your kid to say that back to you, you got to think like, okay, calm. He's
Taylor,
got a
here's the thing,
point.
Taylor. You're
Yeah.
assuming that they are a rational thinking person. Parents doesn't mean you're rational thinking.
Yes.
That's the thing. Here's the thing. You think how you think people think. That's not true. People don't think the same way as you. I mean, you think it's dumb
Of
for them.
course not.
For them, they'll think it's the best idea ever. They have to come home first. Of course, it's a very smart idea.
Oh.
So that's what I'm saying. So you can never say that what they're thinking. They're supposed to kids.
Okay, no, but if your kid says that it's dumb,
Of course, for me, I would not tell my kid to come home
then
first.
no,
Or if my kid something, if they're saying it's dumb because of
no, of course, because you understand this.
Yeah.
But say you thought it was the best idea. Hey, no, say it's the best idea in the world. Yeah,
Okay.
they come home, blah blah blah. But then your kid says to you, "No, that's so dumb." You as a parent should think in your head, "Yo, he might have a point." Because you a second ago thought it was the best idea in the world, but because he's told you it's dumb, you should rethink and be like, "Oh, I wonder why he thinks it's dumb," or think about like, "Oh, cool, shit, it might actually be a dumb idea, and it's not really the best." And then you work with your child to figure out the best way to go about it. Do you get what I mean?
See, that's okay. Open communication, you said, is right. That's only, but I feel like open communication and overprotective parents aren't the same thing, because
Yeah, like Pratyush is right. Open communication would be possible if the parents would listen. And the thing is, most of the time, parents just think that they're correct all of the time because they're the bigger man.
But
and they're like, "Oh
but
yeah,
here's the
I know
thing.
my shit. I've experienced
But Taylor,
life
listen.
and shit like that."
Listen, Taylor. Overprotective parents are that. Overprotective parents are the ones who think the kids don't know shit. Those are the overprotective parents.
Yeah.
So you're saying open communication is never gonna be a thing because they're never gonna listen to what you're saying. That's what overprotective parents are.
No.
So you can never be.
It's only possible if your parents
But
listen.
as I'm saying,
so you need
but
to
no.
make
But what I'm
sure-
saying is, but parents who are overprotective parents don't listen to their kids because they're overprotective. They believe what they're thinking is correct. Yeah, I mean,
They believe that they
exactly.
okay,
They think the kids know
experienced
shit.
all that.
Exactly.
blah.
That's the only issue.
Okay.
That's
okay.
the only issue. You can only have a parent who's overprotective cannot be someone who is who's with the open communication and actually listen to the kids, because they won't. The truth is a given fact, they won't.
Okay.
They can only be. It can be protective
fair enough.
and then have that. I can understand them actually called it protective, but not. If you're overprotective, you don't care what your kid thinks, because you think what you think is the right thing for your kid. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
that's why you're overprotective. Yeah, I mean that's what it is. But that's how it works, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm making sure my kids want to learn about religion. I'll teach them about the world slowly, and then the best way for them to know what they want to do in life and to make a good living.
Because religion isn't a big part of Marcus's life.
Mhm.
I think that makes sense. But I think people who are into religion or have a religion
Mhm.
or feel strongly about their religion,
Yeah,
I think that's cool if that's how you want to raise it. Because I'm gonna raise my kid with a religion, so for me
Yeah.
that's cool. And I feel like for those who don't really have a religion, it's like teach them
See,
like
for
teach
me,
them about the world.
I'll teach them about the world before. See, basically, I would not want to teach them the world I basically see it through religion's eye, how the world is. I'll teach them how the world is and then teach them what religion is, because if they understand the world, it'll help them understand the religion more. That makes sense. If I teach them the world through the religion's eyes, then they'll see the world in that aspect, which is it's not the true aspect of the world. The world isn't is the same. The world has changed, and people have different beliefs, people have different mindsets and different things. But religion is more like people have the similar mindset, which is where the problem will begin, where people start not understanding other people's opinions. So for me, I'd rather have kids first understand each other, understand the world, and then for them to understand the religion and start seeking religion and whatnot, whatever they need to do.
Do you know, obviously you have friends who have different religions, but do you think that's a problem?
No, because we don't enforce our religion on everyone else. We have our own. We have similar cultural backgrounds, so we're able to connect.
Because obviously with the religion, it's like, oh yeah, my religion is the one true religion, and then say you have a friend who's a different religion.
See, for
then
me, the person who
what I mean?
says that straight away just knows they don't respect other people's mindset. So that's the thing, straight away. Yeah, we ain't boys, we ain't friends. Because if you say that means you're very narrow-minded. Because the world isn't as simple as that. The world isn't as simple as it is. You can't say, oh, my religion is a true religion, and then disregard someone else's belief and thing. Because faith is what people live on. Sometimes belief is what people live on, and hope, and whatnot. And you saying the other person's belief and faith is wrong, bro, that ain't right. You are being brought up. Basically, your mindset is a wrong mindset. Because someone can say that to you as well, and would you believe it? No. You know what I mean? But you're saying that's basically it's like basically hating on someone from what they believe and what they see in life, which is wrong. So you should never go against someone's religion. Tell them the religion's wrong or right or wrong or whatnot. Learn to respect their religion, vice versa, obviously, and try and just do that. Don't try and demean, what's the word? Belittle someone's religion. Don't belittle obviously someone's religion because you think it's not the true religion. Keep that to yourself, alright? Yeah. Don't need to tell anyone else about it. Okay? Trust me, I got forced into even got baptized. I would say most Irish people my age don't believe in God, but what is sad is how badly they teach the Irish language less, but force one religion for it. One religion for all. I heard that. The thing that never happened with my parents. That doesn't happen in India. I thought India is a very multicultural country, man. If you live in a city, you're exposed to all religions. You're exposed to all things. However, if you live in like a small village, a small thing where people are of similar belief systems, you're not very exposed to the other religion, and you start harboring thoughts of what that religion is through people who are in your own religion, and that's how it is. Because there's no one there to kind of clear the doubts and thoughts of what they think the religion is, except for what someone in your religion who believes in your religion, blah, blah, has said about them. So the only way you can know about someone's religion if you speak to someone of that religion. Yeah, I mean. So that's how it is, and there's a lot of people that don't have that thing. So it's good, but you have friends that have different religions. That's good because there's people in India that I know who have only been brought up around the same religion. They've never been brought up around this different kind of religions.
Me, Mesa, or we have a group of 4, and all of us, except so 2 of them have the same religion, and then someone else has a different religion or believes something else, and I have a different religion. But somehow that's not a factor in the actual friendship itself, whereas I have another friendship where all the same religion, and it just has a different vibe because we can, I guess, when we talk to each other or give each other advice, you can talk about like, a specific god or a specific teaching because you all grew up with the same thing. So like advice can become more godly, I guess you could say, and you can use certain phrases and stuff like that. So I feel like, especially if you're,
I know this might sound pretty bad, but I feel like you're making the religion the link between you guys, because that's what you're.
No, like,
but of course,
think it makes you stronger because I guess if the end goal is to go to heaven, and you're all the same religion, you all have things that you're in common with, and you have all the same, like, you all vibe with each other, blah blah. But it's the fact that you have this middle ground of like religion, you can uplift each other.
See, I feel like...
Okay, so for example, do you know how we have like mashallah, alhamdulillah, and I use it anyways, but like in this specific group, like there was no need to explain it. There's nothing. You just grew up and you knew all of that stuff anyways.
See, that's the thing.
We can use more. We can use more than just that. We can use more Arabic words, or we can use different things.
See, the thing is that I feel like that's cultural, because in my mindset, I already knew those words before I ever met a Muslim person. Because I've been brought up in that environment where those words were normal terminology for me. Yeah, that makes sense. Because of my cultural background. So when you said those words, I knew what they meant. But those common words that you say, I already knew what they were. They weren't new words to me.
Okay.
Because I've been brought up in that environment. It's cultural. So when you're saying religion, I don't think it's religion. I think it's the understanding of culture. If you have similar cultures, you can understand each other more. Yeah, I mean. Because the reason why we get along so well is because we have...
Jokes is back.
It was Jesse.
Sorry.
But yeah, as I said, because we all have similar mindset, similar cultural background to a certain degree, we're able to connect with each other well. Does that make sense? And we're able to understand each other's mindset.
Yeah,
more.
I think
it's more. I feel it's not. I don't think it's religion that's the main thing, because you can have the same religion but brought up in a different environment, which makes you completely different. Because a religion isn't what makes you; it's what your culture is. That makes sense. For you,
yeah, it's how you grew up.
Exactly. So your culture is what you truly are. So if you have similar cultures, you're able to connect more with the person. Doesn't mean it's always the case. You can make friends with people from different cultures, of course. But it's also that one link.
Yeah, that's like this friendship group that I have. There's like one big woolly person, one Moroccan person, one Somali person, one Pakistani person, and it's just like you're all different. But the thing is, because they're all cultures of color.
That's what you can link.
That's the
You can link,
that's
exactly.
the link. That's the understanding, and you all grew up quite similarly because of the culture of color.
Exactly.
That's why it works, and that's
Exactly.
why it,
If
like,
you were
helps.
if you had someone that was not from a similar cultural background, you would not link as well. You would obviously still,
Exactly.
even if you were from the same religion or same thing, you'd still question it. Basically, you'd be like, okay, well, it's different.
Yeah,
You do this
yeah,
differently.
yeah.
You do it differently. Yeah, I mean, whereas obviously,
Yeah,
if you're all from the same culture, you're more likely to link together and get to know each other. Or at least have similarities, which will allow you to connect
yeah,
as friends. You know what I mean,
yeah.
so for me, is the you can say it's like a bonus to have the religion. Yeah, we watch the same religion, but
Yeah, exactly, Marcus. The thing is, in the specific religion, say one friend is Sunni and the other one is Shia, like, you've already created a divide because you're
yeah,
not the same exact Muslim that are, or the same Christian, or the same, like, Jewish person, or the same Hindu person, because you all got different classes and divides within them.
mhm,
So it doesn't even really matter if you're the same religion, because you might not be the same exact pathway, because I might believe something and then you might believe something different
mhm.
because you're a different kind of Muslim or a different kind of Christian. Do you get? So
See, it's
it's
still very different.
it is a bit like that is a bit complicated,
Yeah,
and
of
that's why
course.
I agree with your point of, like, culturally it's how you grew up and why
Yeah,
you stick
that's how you
together,
connect. That's
why
how you
you
can
have
connect.
the same
Exactly.
fundamental it's the fundamental aspects of you as a person that you grew up with, why you can be friends.
Exactly. So when you say BFE, culture and exactly, they're two different things. That's what I feel like.
Yeah, they are.
They're not the
Yeah.
same thing because, for example, in India, people can connect to each other with their culture, not their religion, and that's the common thing. It's very common, and that's how it is because that's what they link to each other. But however, if you were to meet someone that's not from your cultural background, it's religion that links you together. So it's two different things, not the same because
Yeah.
you've been brought up in different environments, different mindsets. That's what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I know I'm going off a different tangent here, but I'm going something I've been told Taylor as well with the whole mindset of like religion. I find it very weird how religion is always based in a very similar region of the world. That makes sense. Like how,
Really?
basically, you know, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, they're all around the Middle Eastern area.
Yeah.
They've all come from that side of the world. All right, and let's say Hinduism, Buddhism, Sikhism, whatnot, all from one part of the world. Zionism, I think is Chinese, for some reason China, I believe so. Obviously, all that stuff. It's all from around that world. However, the link from that world, that basically that planet, so not planets, like countries, stories, or the religions from the heritage or whatever you call it. If it's the world's religion, why isn't it in other places around the world? Why is the stories only in the local area? Why is it not like across the sea, across different places? If see, in no book.
I don't know about other. I can't speak for other religions.
Yeah.
All I know is that in Islam, prophets,
Yeah.
different prophets in different countries. You just hear about the popular ones.
See, here's the thing: is
But
there anywhere
if
that
you
talks
read about other prophets,
uh,
they go to different. That's why the whole world. That's why even in really minute places in the world
Yeah.
know about Islam, because a prophet went to that specific area, and there's like literally there's millions of prophets, and they all went to different parts of the world, even really small areas to promote Islam, to like tell everyone about Islam, and like you know, and it's this thing of, I don't know how it worked in other religions. All I know is that the reason why the small areas of the world and the whole world knows about it is solely because prophets went there. So it wasn't.
But
yeah,
where,
the origin
one
could
quick
be
question:
that.
where
but
did prophets come from?
No, they didn't all come from the Middle East.
No, but here's the thing. What I'm saying is just that I'm just questioning. I'm not actually going against them.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
I'm like, I get your origin story, which is great.
So, for example, there's no book that talks about South America. There's no knowledge of the Middle Eastern religions or the Asian religions in South America. Do you mean what I'm saying? Because back in there was no way a man could travel across that wide sea and go there. You know what I mean? There's no way they could do that. However, if God was true, God was real. Obviously, God is real, but I feel like religion isn't real. Religion is a man-based. In my perspective, to a certain degree, it's a very man-based thing where everyone, because religions, because see, there's so many religions out there. It's a very common concept for man to make religion. There's already religions that have been created which make no sense, but people believe in it. Yeah, I mean, obviously, no disrespect. I'm not gonna say names of it. It is what it is. But for me, is if God was the one who bestowed religion to man, it would be everywhere. Why would he only bestow it to certain places and name it, okay, cool, This is where it's from, and everything related to it will be near where I've started it. Because a man could gain that knowledge. Man could gain that knowledge because local is where their brain could go far enough. Why wasn't any scriptures talking about places that man could physically never go to in that area of time? Let's say someone's in Asia and whatnot, Middle East and whatnot, obviously in Europe. Why wouldn't no one talk about South America, if that makes sense, in that time period? Like, oh, there's a land here, blah, blah, the people like this kind of thing. There's this place there, there's a mountain there, this thing there, blah, blah. It's very sacred, very important. Why is nothing said about that? So, for me, it's very questionable. I feel like religion, obviously God is real. I believe God is real, 100%. But I believe people have taken that and put religion into it, where people are now binded. I won't say binded, but then they start separating themselves, dividing themselves from each other, because their beliefs are now that, and it's very basically it's societal. I think it's very basically what it says in those books is like what society thinks is right. This is what you should do, and society says this is right. You should do this. Right? This is the right way of living life. This is the right way of how you should be. Yeah, I mean, most of the time, it's how you should live a life. It's how a man should be. It's like someone's telling you how to live your life, to a certain degree. Obviously, there's other stuff in there, but the main aspect of it is for you to be the perfect human being, the perfect soul, the perfect thing. You know what I mean? But I feel like if that is such a common thing, which every religion talks about. Every religion has the same thing. Oh, you have to be the perfect human being.
But I think that's the whole idea of like be like the prophet. When I speak about religion, I'm just speaking about Islam because I don't really have a say in other ones. But when it comes to being perfect and stuff, the reason is like the prophet is the best person that you want to be, or that should be your role model. So the fact that people have celebrities as role models, it's like, why do you have someone who can make mistakes as your role model? You should be looking at someone who's literally the most perfect, lovely human being you can ever have met. That's the person that you want to be. So it's every time we make a mistake or every time we do something, you look at this person and you think about. So do you know this idea? Like, say someone's done you wrong and you want to go out and make their life miserable or whatever, and you've taken the high road a million times, but it's like, cool, but what would the prophet would take the high road because he knows that he's better off taking that high road.
Okay.
So I guess it keeps you in check all the time to be a sincere, wonderful person, and you might not need what would the prophet do, or you might not need I want to be a perfect person check, but it's this idea that you're trying to be a wonderful person in general. No one wants to be a shitty person. That's different if you want to be, but everyone wants to be a good person, and that's kind of all the religion is promoting.
No,
I'm not speaking just for I'm speaking for all of them. They just want you to do that, and it's just this idea of perfection is just for you to be the best person that you can be. Rather, like, so who you are today could be a good person, and then the next person, I mean, the next day you could be even better than who you were the day before. So it's just this idea of trying to be better and better and become an overall good-hearted person.
Okay, 1 second, quick. You said about 33 million gods, right? I think it's 330 million gods. I mean, it's 330 million gods, something crazy. It's 33 million gods or 333 million gods? 333 million gods, something like that. It's a mad amount. For me, what makes me confused about religion where it says God came upon earth? Obviously, there's all gods took in form as people and come upon earth and kind of thing, right? Why are they not here nowadays? If God was able to bestow on earth then, why is he not here? Why are they not able to come through now? Why this time is when people need their belief back into God. Why isn't God come through? Because everyone say we don't know that, man.
No, but do you know when Marcus was saying how he lets good people die and bad people roam the earth, you can't have. I feel like the thing is, this whole idea of religion is this idea of test, and you put this test out in the world, and God only gives you this test if you can get through it. He only gives you enough for you to get. He won't give you more than you can bear. So for someone that was so lovely in your life to then just die, that's your test to be able to let that not hinder you, not make you a bad person, not make you a hateful person, but it will allow you to take this death and be sad about it, feel what you got to feel, and then be like, okay, how can I better my life? That person had to leave your life in order for something else to happen in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, say like they died because they were smoking too much and you also smoke. Maybe that's your reason. This person had to die in order for you to stop smoking. Like it took something really severe for you to not do that. So that's the thing, is you got to think about how one thing leaving or one
1
thing
second, I'm gonna cut you
affects
off there for a second.
your life.
1 second. Sure, brother. I understand you're comfortable here, but just trying to open up our mindset and obviously not close ourselves into thinking about one religion. Because see, a lot of people are just focused on one religion, which is understandable. But the world is not just one religion; there's many religions, and for you to be able to accept and understand those religions makes you a better person. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, I mean, sure. Obviously, if you're not comfortable, that's cool, man. But as the saying, simple fact is we're trying to understand everyone's religion, so you understand that person even more. Because if you're not able to understand the religion, sometimes you're not able to understand that person overall. You mean that's all it is. And sure, if you're uncomfortable with it, brother, in the real world, you need to learn it. You need to learn it, show. You need to understand other people's religion. Otherwise, you're being closed, and your minds will not allow you to understand how the world is. Because I don't think you're going to stay in a small world your whole life. You're not going to be in the same people. People are not going to be the same around you. You're going to adapt. You're going to open up to more new people, and that will lead to you meeting new cultural beliefs and other religions, belief or whatever.
Question for Charles: is all of your friends the same religion as you? And then while he responds, you can say what you need.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, that's what it is. So you just need to know it. Doesn't mean you have to believe in what they're saying or whatever it is, but you just need to understand it and know what they're talking about, what it is about. That's all it is. We're just questioning it. We're not doubting it. It's nothing about doubt. It's just questioning, trying to understand. That's all it is. So, but yeah, sorry. We're talking about religions in the sense. Yeah, we're talking about God and all.
I just read it. Like he's funny.
But yeah, sorry.
How did we get here?
Obviously, you're talking about, obviously, for me, in our religion, it's basically based upon karma. If someone dies early and whatnot, it's based upon, because we believe reincarnation. Reincarnation is a big thing in Hinduism. I mean, reincarnation is a very big thing. Because we believe that once you die, you become part of God, of course. But if you're unable to get to that stage, you're reborn again until you're able to do that. And there's a certain speculation of hell. Some people say there's no hell. Some say the earth is hell. Some say there is no hell, and some say there's hell, but it's not as the world perceives it to be. Basically, hell is like a temporary place. You're not there forever. You're only there till you are able to. You've paid for your sins, and then you go back into earth. You come back to earth,
and then you get.
In Hinduism, it's different. You go back to earth. You prove yourself again.
Okay.
You prove yourself again.
Because for us, it's like you go to hell to pay for your sins. Once you pay for sins, you go to heaven.
Yeah,
then that's it.
In Hinduism, is believed that you come back to earth and you pay for you. Or you try and pass the test again. It's like you're basically going to rehabilitation. And you go to rehabilitation, you come back and try and live a normal life society. And once you've achieved that, then you can go back to and can join God and be with God. That's what's believed, of course. Because obviously reincarnation is not like a simple thing. We believe everything is reincarnation. It's just humans. You're born as every living thing has a soul, and we believe that you have to go through every animal. You have to go through every cycle of animal species before you can become a human. That's what it is. So
sorry, little tangent. How old is Charles?
I think he's very young. I think he's in school. He's in secondary. So he's young.
Okay.
Love one like that name, but in the Bible can be able to interpret it to understand everyone's path in life and how they come to be. Yeah, cool. Being uncomfortable means that you're out of your comfort zone, and that's a positive thing because it means you're learning something new. Exactly, I like that, Mike. But I would say if you're not able to push through the uncomfortable period and you're not able to work through it, that just means you're going to be uncomfortable forever. Yeah, I mean, which is not a good thing. You're trying to make yourself comfortable without actually making effort or giving us the comfortability.
If you jumped into this uncomfortable circle and you stayed in it long enough, it becomes comfortable.
Yeah.
So you can think of it like that.
Yeah, because here's the thing: we're not talking about we're just saying our own opinion. Opinions aren't right or wrong; they're just opinions.
Yeah, like I'm not out here just because I'm not Hindu doesn't mean I'm gonna shit on.
Vice versa. Yeah, I mean,
Mesa and be like, oh yeah, no, that's so dumb. I'm uncomfortable with the fact that you're a different religion. My religion is the only religion. Like It's this
It's
thing
just
of
what
just
you.
because you believe something else doesn't mean that that's what you need to impose on others. Like it's cool to be your religion. Do you be a good person? La, da, 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 da,
Mm,
like do the things that you need to do for your religion, but understand that there's a world outside of your religion and there's a world outside of yourself that you need to be open to seeing and also learning and hearing religions outside of your own, and accept that people
mm.
aren't going to believe what you have grown up to believe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Marcus,
exactly.
I'm all ears.
They go for it, man.
We're ready.
Go
I'm
for it. Go
ready.
for it. We're waiting for it. Um, but yeah, sorry. So that's what the concept of karma is in Hinduism. So yeah. So you have to go for every single animal. I think every single animal, every other animal, whatever it is, before you become a human. You have to
Not a
pass
good
the
person,
trials.
you turn into a cockroach.
No,
Well,
no,
that's what I've heard.
it's not a good person. No, no, no. So if you have done bad, basically you get a certain amount of lives as a
Yeah.
human on Earth, and there's I mean 7 lives, I believe. So seven lives. If you're unable to do one of 7 lives, you go to hell. Okay. Every life is your
All
opportunity
right.
to improve yourself, to change. And obviously, if you've done bad in the past life, it gets carried over to the next life as well. Where if certain things, basically, you're supposed to pay for what you've done in the same life. However, if you've done so bad that it cannot be completed in one lifetime, it gets passed over to the next lifetime. That's why, that's why people believe why some people are born in bad situations, why people die early in life and whatnot. Because they've done certain things where they have to pass on for that reason. That's what the belief is in that.
Okay.
So if some child is
That
born
makes
disabled for certain reason, they believe that there's some sort of karma behind it. That's the reason why they have some sort of disability or something from birth.
Okay.
It's not their fault technically from that lifetime. It may be from a past that's what led to this, and they're going through that struggle to repent
No,
of
that's
what they've done.
interesting to think of.
Yeah, I mean, and go for that struggle. Obviously, we don't know what's the leading cause of it, but they say that's what they believe in. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, that's the belief. And obviously people have, obviously you believe in cursing and stuff like that as well. So someone can put a curse on someone. Okay, you have to go for the struggle. So if say you've done something bad and someone can give you a curse, are you
Black
gonna go?
magic.
Not black magic. No, no, no. It's like when you've done if you've done someone wrong, basically. So they can put a curse on you, saying, "Oh, you've done me wrong. I curse you. You're gonna go for the same struggle in life in the next lifetime." That kind of thing. Let's say they've abused someone who's made, or they abused someone so much that the person becomes disabled, blah blah. They can say, "Oh, your kids are gonna become blah blah," that kind of things as well. That kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But it's like that kind of old thing. People's words do take a value to it, depending on how deeply they believe in it. That's why in Hinduism, it's very important of how your mindset is and how you see. Because there's something called nazar as well in India. I think it's Hinduism as well.
Yes, yeah.
In Hinduism as well, where
Yeah. Evil eye.
evil eye basically, where people is mindset is what affects someone else's life as well. So that's the same thing in Hinduism, where someone's mindset can affect you. So if someone says something bad about you, that will affect you, depending on how deeply they believe in it. You know what I mean? So Marcus' question's here. Say one
Also,
of you.
Marcus, I am with you. Like the thing is, I believe that wouldn't work for me. I'm speaking now, personal opinion. That wouldn't work for me because religion is really important to me. That I want to marry someone of the same religion because because maybe me as a single person marrying someone else, say that person's atheist, like you said, and I'm Muslim, and then they get married. Fine, I can tolerate that because that means I just need to pray what I need to pray. This person can do whatever. But then the thing that complicates it is that when we have children, what do you raise your children? Atheist, or do you raise a Muslim? Or maybe you do nothing and then they make up their own decision when they're older. And I think for me, from the get-go, because religion is so important, I would also like my children to be of the same religion. So I know that although that's so far in the future, that's something that's really fundamental to me. So I would like a person of the same religion. And so if I love someone who is, even if they were like a different religion, even not atheist, my answer would be love isn't strong enough. Like I don't believe like love is strong enough to be like, okay, cool, I'll get married to you. It's more like my love for God is stronger than my love for you. So I am sticking with my religion, and I'll find someone of my own religion. So that's kind of how I see it. But also, being atheist specifically is very different to and having, because if you marry someone, say I'm Muslim and then someone else is Hindu or someone else is Christian, you know that they believe in something. They believe in a higher power, they believe in a God. And so you have a similar belief system. Whereas if you're atheist, you don't really believe in anything. Like the way you go about life is very different. So if I see things, I'm like, wow, this is so amazing. Look at what God has presented us, or look at, it's like things aren't a coincidence for me. It's like God has placed these things in place for things to happen. But you wouldn't think that because you're an atheist, and so your belief system is completely different. So I think even on a what's the word? Even on the outside, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is,
External.
but yeah, like I think outside of it, your belief system is just different. So would an atheist and Muslim even be able to be compatible? So that's kind of
Fair enough.
how I would answer.
He was involved with the stream, brother. We would change in a bit, but it's just trying to dibble that in this conversation. It's an important topic, I feel like, because everyone has many beliefs and there's many understandings of what they believe and what other people believe. So it's a good way to obviously open our horizon of knowledge about other people's beliefs and thought process. That's all it is. And the thing is that for me, so when you say Mike's about science and religion, so okay, as a Hindu, science is a very big factor of Hinduism. There's very things where we link it to science, where people have proven certain steps in Hinduism that have linked to science. So there's a certain thing, I know in Greek mythology as well, obviously there's planets what they linked it to as well. Hinduism, planets are a very big factor. And basically, the scriptures apparently are so old in Hindu, basically pre-telescopes, where there was known facts of planets. So we have like what do you call it? Obviously, the sun, moon. What do you call it? Venus, Mars. All them planets are basically we give them god forms in Hinduism, where those are affect how we live and whatever stuff. I mean, astrology, what you call it.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean.
I hate to disrupt. I'm gonna be back.
Oh yeah,
Give
you
me
go for
5
it.
minutes. Yeah.
You go for it. Go for it.
Cool.
But yeah, so that's a big thing in Hinduism, and obviously there's certain things we do, there's certain rituals we do, which link to scientific beliefs and obviously that kind of stuff. But yeah, obviously the concept of God being there, that's a whole different thing. But the way the religion does certain things, rituals and stuff like that, is linked upon. There's been scientific, what do you call it, things behind it, believing that cool. The religion is not it's not against science, it's with science, and that there's certain things that take place in it which is very scientifically proven to be good for a person, and certain things about it. Just I don't know if you don't know the details fully yet, but there's certain things about it. I'm gonna start a podcast myself tomorrow, man, on Suria with Martin. I created my account. Oh, nice, that's cool. That's good to hear, man. It's good to hear. But good luck with that, of course. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So science is a very big factor. So some religions are against the whole idea because science obviously tries to deproof it. Does that make sense? Trying to go against it, which is I think is wrong about it. I'll come back once again. What's the topic? We're talking about religion, man, and how the world sees religion and whatnot, and all that stuff, and our beliefs and stuff, and that's all it is. But yeah, so as I was saying, sorry, science is a big factor. So I'm all for science and all for how the world is, all that stuff. Because in Hinduism is very hand in hand. Obviously, some religions aren't that good with it; they're quite against it, because they're trying to decipher the religion, and which leads to people then doubting it. Because they start questioning it and causing doubts in people's minds, which people don't want doubts. I think obviously every religion is taught to like question it. You should question the religion, but people say don't question the religion. This is the problem. People say you shouldn't question it, which is wrong. Because people are trying to not I say brainwash. You're trying to make sure that you are faithful to religion, and making you question it means that you're gonna go against it or doubt it. This is what's wrong. That's not it. You questioning it helps you understand it more. I mean. That's what it is. And let's see if many people would actually listen to it. It will be talking about music life and general basic. Oh, fair. You see, for me, stereo is a very new something. So I feel like I know you told me about stereo, but I don't think it's a good platform for me. I feel like my platform is YouTube. I feel like if I grow big enough on YouTube, I could then go to that. As a celebrating ignorance. Fair enough. As your opinion, brother. As I said, you think that as your opinion. So there's nothing I can't take offense to because it's what you think. Because it's not factual, it's your opinion, so it's not something that can be upset about. That makes sense. But for me, religion is a thing where man was told to live a life, and you're supposed to basically live in certain mannerism in society and how you should live that life, and you've been told to do that. But obviously, time has changed it, religion has changed, and people change it a lot. You know what I mean? And because I feel like most books are are man written, or people have written it, or God has bestowed them knowledge and man has written it down and whatnot. Which is why I feel like religion is very man based and it's not God based. God has not created religion, man has created religion, and yeah, I think God is real because I think God is a real concept because God is everywhere. Logic, fair, but like I said, there's a higher power out there. There is something out there that's more powerful, but something that we can't understand, something that we're not aware of, something that we're not able to. Basically, our brain is not able to fathom what it is. However, I believe religion is still a thing that's man-made for allow us to help us to understand it to a certain degree, and hopefully, and also with that, fix society, sort out society, because obviously that's what it is. That's called an alien. Of course, alien meaning of foreign knowledge. We don't understand, like a foreigner. We don't know who they are, what they are. So it's alien basically, but it's not like how aliens that we perceive them to be. They could have no form. It could have something, I don't know. It could be anything. So we just don't know how it is and whatnot. But people, I believe.
I think it also keeps people in check.
That's what it is exactly. Just I thought religion for me is
like imagine you didn't have a religion and then people would be like, cool, I'm just gonna go out and whatever. Like I feel like sometimes
I just feel like that's per person.
People, rather than law keeping people at bay, sometimes it's just like the integrity of their religion for them is more important. They're like no, but then God wouldn't be happy if I did that.
But for me, I know
so
many
then
people.
It keeps certain people in check.
See, I'm going off topic here. Name of religion. See, that's just mindset. I'm gonna hide that. Yeah, I'm not gonna show that, brother.
Oh,
we're not gonna show that
okay.
because it's a bit touchy subject. But yeah, that's just that's people's mindset. That's not religion saying. That's people. That's people saying to do that. They're thinking that we're doing.
Once you kill in the name of the religion, you're no longer that religion because the religion isn't promoting violence. So for you to then extract that information from the holy book that you're reading, that you think you should be violent in the name of God, it goes against the actual religion itself, which means you're not even you're not any religion at that point because no religion is telling you to hurt anybody. So when you say it out loud, like cool, it makes sense, I guess, but it doesn't make any sense at all, solely because literally 9% of terrorists. Yeah, I get that, but I think it's just this idea that you can't be part of a religion. If you're terrorist, you can't be part of a religion because the moment you kill somebody or the moment you harm someone in the name of religion, you're not that religion. So you basically got backtracked and it's not helping you out at all. And I understand that some people find that touchy subject, but it's
simple fact is every religion talks about peace. There's not gonna be a religion out there who talk about harm and talk about doing this and that and causing other people problems. It's people who manipulate it to lead it to something to be in.
I find it funny to think that people read the holy book, any holy book, and they extracted a sentence.
But I feel like that's how the mind works. That's how the brain
works. This means that I have to go out and go do that for God, you know?
Yeah,
and I find it not funny. I think I just find it hilarious because for me it's more like my brain could never work like that. Which, like you said, means that this person's brain just is wired differently.
Of course. So that's why I question religion to a certain degree because of that. Where if it's a simple thing of peace and obviously trying to be good people, you don't need religion. I feel like religion is only needed if you are unable to do that with living a normal life, thinking about people around you, thinking about doing good deeds. That's only for those people. I feel like religion is a very good helping hand.
People give to charity because they're like, oh yeah, that's a good, like, they have more money or they have money. They're like, oh no, it's a good deed. And good deeds come from religion. The idea of deeds come from religion. So it's like, you know, maybe people won't give charity as much because they're like, okay, cool.
For me,
because you know, oh no, I was gonna say like I give to charity or I give money to whoever needs it because I think it's the right thing to do. So outside of religion, I see it more as no, I have money and this person doesn't. It's the right thing for me to do. Whereas some people would just see it as like, oh, it's a good deed, I'll get good deeds.
Exactly.
So they do it.
And
I think regardless of why you're doing it, you're still giving money to charity, which is a great thing. But it's like you
I
know,
still
I
feel
think
like
it
if you're doing it for
keeps the
selfish means,
society at bay.
if you're doing it for selfish means, end of the day, it's not right. If you're doing it, oh,
No,
this
but
is
who cares?
well,
Who cares? The
no,
person who has the money
no,
or the
no,
charity that has the money winning at the end of the day.
no. The person who gets to my court, they win him. But here's the thing: the intent is wrong. Basically, if you're doing it for God or whatever, God's not gonna respect that. God's not gonna appreciate that because God knows you're doing it to please Him. You're not doing it for
No, but that's no. He would like that because
no, because
he's
it's
like,
selfish
cool.
intent
You're
behind it.
doing something
No,
for me.
no. I think that's selfish intent. Why would
No, because if you go back, no, because if you go back to Marcus's thing of atheist and Muslim,
Mhm.
the thing is, you dumped somebody because you know that the like you know that God, like you're trying to please God, and you know that He's obviously not going to be happy with you marrying an atheist person, so you dump this person for God. That's still the same thing as giving money to someone for
no.
God.
So for
Because
me,
he basically because you want to please him, you want him to be happy with you. So that's kind of how
see, that's
that
what I
works.
start questioning it because here's the thing: um, if God wanted to please, he would make it perfect from the get go. If he wanted to please, why would he make the whole?
But then there's no fun in that.
No. Of course, there's fun in that because however he wants, he gets it. Whatever he wants, he gets it. For me, I feel like man has made it so God wants to be pleased. All you got to do man has manipulated it to say, "Oh, this is for God. God will be happy with you." To make people do it, to
Okay.
force people to do it, so people do it no matter what, because they don't. If it's to make you feel better, oh fuck that. Why would I spend money? I don't make myself feel better. I'd rather have the money. I feel more better if I have the money. But if saying God will be happy if you did it, oh okay, I gotta do it because it make God happy. So I feel like I'm just saying something hypothetically, but I just feel like that whole mindset of like, oh, because God will be happy with it is still a very selfish matter because you're doing it for yourself and not for the good deed. Basically, you're not trying to do the good deed in the sense of just by natural instinct. You're doing it because of you're being told to do it. So that's not really a good deed. The good deed is basically
Okay, like
something else.
technically,
Mhm.
yes, I will agree with you. Technically, no,
Yeah.
it's not good because your intention.
Because here's the thing: the minute you take the religion off that person, the minute you take the religion out of that person, the person will not be that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
why
So-
I believe that when
Yeah.
you have to give charity or when you give money, you should know that that's the right thing to do, and that's
Yeah.
where my intent lies with about just about anything.
Of
Like
course.
when, especially like, say you take religion out of it,
Yeah.
and someone goes, "Oh, I like helping people," or like, "I give money because I like helping people."
Yeah.
That's your selfish desire that you get a feeling when you give to someone. There's a specific feeling that you feed off of that makes you happy. That to me is also selfish. That you would help people because you like helping people, and that sounds wonderful when people say that, but I see it as a selfish thing because it's like you're feeding off of a certain energy that you get doing that, when actually you should just do it because it's a good, like, it's the right thing to do.
See, here's the thing.
What's his comment?
It's about Sikhism. But here's the thing, though. From what you're saying is that you're agreeing with what I'm saying about the religion. Saying if you're doing it, you're not doing it for the right reasons. If you say if you're saying that, if that makes sense. If you're saying that, that means you agree with what I'm saying. That you doing it because you're trying to please God is the wrong reason to do it.
No. Like I do. That's what I'm saying. Like I do. When I find it fishy when people just say like, "Oh, like my opinion is with you." So because I am like intention for me is always important.
But here's the thing:
when people do say like, "Oh, I'm giving money because I want blah 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 so and so to be," I think for myself like, but why couldn't you just come to the conclusion that this is the right thing to do?
Yeah, I feel like for me,
I do get your point.
For me, is if you're doing good deeds, it makes you feel happy. That means you're doing the right thing in your life. That makes sense. Because if you're doing something you're not happy with, basically, if I was to do good deeds, I don't feel happy doing the good deeds. I'm doing wrong. Then there's something that's wrong with my mindset with me doing the good deed. You know what I mean? But if I'm doing good deed and at the end of the day I feel happy because of the deed I've done, and I see the happiness of the person I've done it upon and whatnot, that will lead. I think that's more better than the idea of I'm doing it because I'm told to do it and doing that. I mean, because obviously you're happy because of not because of you giving it. It's the reaction you get from the person if you've done it for. For example, if I say I do charity work, say I give it away. My mindset, cool, I've helped someone do something. Hopefully that will lead them to have a better life, which will give me some sort of peace in mind. Saying, hey, cool, I've done something that could help someone else. You know what I mean, which is how you should be. A human should be where you should help one another, and that happiness should be the true
like
happiness.
you want to, like, for me, like I want to better you as a person. Like I
Yeah.
love you so much, or I care for you so much, even if I don't know you, that I want you to be the best version of you that you can be. So if I give to you, even if it's not money, if I give to you in some way, I want you to use that thing to better yourself.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's what I'm
That's
saying.
kind of
So I feel like
it.
in end of the day is that if you're doing things because the religion says to do it and you're doing this blindly without basically not believing in what it basically is, then I feel like you're doing it wrong. Because that's what religion's made for. Religion's made for that mindset that you start accept. Basically, you're supposed to do it without the concept of religion. You should imagine there's no religion. Would you still do it? If it's yes, then that's right. If no, then you're not doing it right. Alright? Does any religion probably?
Wow.
Well,
It does. My religion.
yours
I say
does
my religion as
African.
if I own it.
In Hinduism, it doesn't
Islam
prohibit.
does.
In Hinduism, doesn't prohibit it basically because obviously it's a natural thing to do. It's nothing unnatural about it in Hinduism, at least. Because if it's a bodily function, it shouldn't be unnatural. However, the mind thought of behind it is unnatural. It's wrong. It's the lustfulness which is wrong in some sense. It's how, let's just say, oh, you're thinking about a person, a woman, or whatever in the wrong manner. That's where it's wrong. If you're basically, let's say you're a married man and you masturbate, but you're thinking about your wife, that's nothing wrong because it's your wife. However, if you're not married and you're masturbating about random women who has nothing to do with you, and that's obviously wrong because that's not right. You know what I mean? Now you're doing it wrong. Simple as. But yeah, that's how it is in Hinduism. So it's the mind thought. It's how where that leads to it, to masturbation. Because if you're able to do it, it's natural. And if you're doing it through the wrong means, basically of mind thought, then that's the wrong thing to do. That's where it's prohibited. So you can masturbate as much as you want, unless you are doing it for the right reason. Maybe not right reason, but the thought is not a lustful. It's lustful, but obviously it's not an illful thought. If that makes sense. I don't know how to explain it now, but it's just this is a term I don't know what the term is, but it's something like that where you can't for that reason. But yeah, so it's obviously it's not prohibited, but it's looked down upon. But yeah, it's like this. How can you think about a woman who you're not married to or whatever thing that's wrong? You can't think of the lustful thoughts about people who you are not married to. It's wrong. If you're marrying them, then the lustful thoughts are natural because obviously it's love and all that stuff. This is a biological thing. It makes sense. However, if it's not there, then that's not the right way of thinking. But yeah, that's the thing. But it's still I think masturbation is still a very new thing in society, but people are openly talking about it. Because obviously, a few years back, not a few years, many years back, no one even said the word masturbation, and people in society.
And you said it 10 times already.
Exactly. Because now people are open about it and understanding it more. Because it's natural. Because people having the urges of doing it is natural. And now people are talking about it.
No, but you shouldn't give in to them. That's the wrong part. You shouldn't give in to certain urges.
See, for me, if they're doing it without the whole source behind it, it is masturbating just to masturbate, not to they have no source with that masturbation, then I feel like they're doing a bodily thing. That makes sense. Because I feel like it's the mindset which is the issue here. When people masturbate with, if they say porn, people masturbate to porn, then now the porn is the issue here. I mean, that's not the masturbation. I feel like the masturbation is a natural feature. You're doing it, but the porn.
Trust me, Marcus.
That's what it is. Me. You walk back in. What do we?
Let's talk about friendship. Let's get back into friendship. Maybe we should talk about friendship.
Yeah, we're going off tracks here. See, that's the thing I was talking about this Taylor, but we just got off track so much. It's bad.
I didn't go off this time.
I know it was me. I
didn't this time. It was all him.
It was me this time.
And I'm super proud because normally I'm the one to go off tangents, but it wasn't me.
It came on my mind. That's all it wasn't. It was talking about it.
No, I okay. No, it's calm.
But yeah, so before we talk about friendship, let's talk about the whole.
I have a question.
Go on.
If you say you went out with someone.
Yeah.
And then you obviously your guy friends know about it.
Yeah.
Can your guy friend say it's been 4 years, so you break up with this girl, and then one of your guy friends goes out with this girl. Are you okay with that? Keeping in mind it's been 4 or 5 years. Or is she blacklisted? She's written off. Nobody can.
For me,
Nobody in that friendship group can.
for me, I feel like it would depend on the situation, how they broke up. If they broke up in a very cool way because of circumstances, because of situation, and they broke up, then yeah, cool, we don't get along, then we just break up, and it wasn't like a ugly breakup, then if I was in, for example, if I was in a relationship with a girl, and then we didn't have ugly, we had a simple thing, and I know my guy's a good guy, my guy's calm, because here's the thing, if they go
Yeah,
out,
like these are your close mates.
Yeah.
This is your close mate. You know that he's a sound guy.
yeah, and if basically he comes up to me, hey brother, thing hit me up, blah blah and whatnot, and we get to know each other. It's like something that basically it's happened naturally. It doesn't happen like he's gone out his way to hit her up, but he basically naturally meet up and whatnot, and naturally start getting to know each other. Then I may not be against the idea of it. However, if it was an ugly breakup where it's from argument and they didn't talk to each other afterwards and whatnot, and this is a whole hate behind it, then no, because then that energy is coming back. You know what I mean? That energy is the issue here. Where
Okay. Oh yeah, because obviously because she's back in the friendship group, because you know that's how it works.
yeah.
Okay.
But there's a certain amount of time though. It can't be like, oh, a year too later, yeah, hey, I'm meeting up with thing. No. It has to be a certain amount of time where I've moved on. I have physically moved on, and I'm comfortable with the idea of you being able to do it. You know what I mean?
What if you've mentally moved on but not physically moved? Let's say you're single, but mentally you've moved on.
Nah. I feel like because
you have to physically have a girlfriend.
No. Basically, so if she belongs to the street, remember that. Here's the thing, no. If she smells of fish, she belongs to the street. Remember that, cool. Fair enough. But like for me, here's how I see it. You have to be comfortable with the idea of them being together. Do you know what I mean? Am I comfortable with them being in the same room
like
with me?
she's your close friend. She's gonna be invited to things.
Exactly. So will I be cool with the idea of her coming around, being his thing's girlfriend? Would I be happy with that? That's the main thing. To me, actually, thinking about it now, I wouldn't be cool with it. I wouldn't be cool with it now. Thinking back about it,
Do you think your friendship would change with that guy?
If it wasn't like a close friend, like a friend, basically, let's say he's like a friend's friend,
acquaintance.
Yeah, then I wouldn't care because I'm not close to him anyway. He's not gonna get involved in certain lifestyle of me. I mean, so that's different. She smelled like fish. Why did you hit her in the first place? Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Just comment.
The other that's not a bad shout.
No, but then.
But yeah.
But then the thing is, it's like
Let's talk about me.
Obviously.
Let's talk about me. Yeah, in my situation, if things X, if I no, hell no, hell to no. Simple as, no. Basically, she's blocked in my mind.
You lost me.
Things X, man. Things X, not things.
You're saying
his
things,
ex before you met
but
you.
I'm not knowing who.
Before we met you, his ex.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about now, right?
What? Yeah, are you talking about A?
Oh, M, man. A's ex. You knew A's ex before you.
Oh, they're talking about M.
Yeah, man, his ex.
Okay.
Even A's ex, same thing. Nah, both. Nah, cancelled.
So they're written off.
They're written off, yeah, man.
Okay.
Because for me, yeah, Thing had the deep emotion towards. They both have deep emotions towards them. You know what I mean? And for me,
and the thing is, because we can't say their name. I'm laughing at Marcus's comment. Yeah. I'm like, because we're not saying their names out loud, I have to like guess, and I have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I understood. But the thing is, like, I understand that they're offs, but okay. I'm gonna take it up a notch.
Go on.
Say you had a sister.
Okay.
And you had say you had M. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Let's go with M because he's a sound guy.
Yeah.
And he's vibing with your sister, and he wants to go out with your sister. Now, what you saying? Or your bros have to see your sister as a sister.
For me, I feel like I would be cool with the idea of them. Obviously, when they're younger, nothing. But obviously, as they get older, I see that they are. That obviously, I know Marcus is a sound guy. I've had a sister, by all means, I'll be cool with it. Yeah, I mean, however, my guy cannot come to my house and just meet her. No, you're coming. If you come to my house, you're meeting me. Alright, you're not here to like set me up. Yo, it was swing there. No, that ain't happening.
No, but that's what he'll do. No, he'll be like, yeah, come, let's hang out. And then say you go to the toilet, bro, he'll be hunting her around the house while
Nah,
you go
mate.
to the toilet.
If I come back, that guy should be there at the exact same spot.
You know, cheeky little. No,
No,
he'll
no.
have a quick cheeky
No,
little.
if they've met
you know,
outside,
then-
listen, if they met outside and they start to get nurture from outside, by all means, cool. However,
Why can't they vibe in your house?
no. Disrespectful level. There's a level of disrespect. You come to meet me, not my sister. If you come to meet my sister, you're not my friend. Get out. Because
What?
yeah.
You just said it was okay.
Yes, if that's what I'm saying, the mindset is between. He still thinks me as the main boy. I'm the guy. I'm the person who's come to me.
So this isn't no. So the problem isn't that you have a problem.
Because that
with
means
sister.
you become.
It's the fact that you are no longer the priority.
No.
That's what I'm hearing.
It's because if he's my boy, then you think about your boy first. You don't think about the girl. The girl is basically naturally happened. You haven't gone out your way. Oh, I'm gonna meet the girl. That's not your thing. That ain't not a thing. That's when you know that ain't your friend. I mean that person become your friend for your sister. That makes sense. Because
They could have seen your sister get hot all of a sudden, and then
like I
you
said,
know, maybe
externally they can.
they've been friends with you. Listen, no. They've been friends with you for 10 years, and then your sister, they look at your sister differently one day, and they're like, okay, cool, your sister looking, you know, and then they start vibing.
But end of the day
Those
is
10 years
end. No,
wasn't
listen,
leading
but listen,
to the one
listen.
that she could be hot.
End of the day, if he comes to my yard, he's hanging out with me. Alright, he's hanging out with me.
What if he wants to hang out with you? And her?
Because 10 years have gone by. You don't have a 10 years. You're keeping up for the 10 years. If you want to meet her outside the house.
No, but maybe
No.
to
You meet
her
them
inside
at.
the yard.
No. I'm kicking them both out.
Wow, this isn't. I don't feel like this is a. I feel like this is like a.
No.
You're no longer
There's a level
the
of
boy.
no.
You're no longer the main guy.
No, here's the thing. There's a level of respect. It's like this. I'm his brother as well. If he's giving my sister more value than me, he's no longer my brother.
Why?
Because here's the thing. No. You should never belittle another person's relationship because you want to gain another relationship. That's the wrong thing to do. That is complete.
But he's not doing that. He just wants to spend time with
That's
his
the thing.
sister.
He can do that outside the house when he's not spending time with me. He can do it a whole different
the house
time.
isn't just yours. The house
No.
is also your sister's.
No. Because I'm this. How can? Here's the thing. If your brother, for example, if I go to the house, if you go to the house and your brother was hanging out with one of your friends, would you be comfortable with that idea?
No.
Exactly.
That's really weird.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling you.
It's not
Here's
disrespectful. It's just weird.
No, I'm saying it's disrespectful because here's the thing. That space is where I'm at, and you should be because here's the thing. You're my friend first, and then it became that if you were going out with that person, you came afterwards, right? That's a very late thing. It's 10 years late, right? So therefore, I'm your priority when you come to my house, not my sister. I am your priority because I'm your homeboy. You've come to this house for 10 years because I was your homeboy.
Okay.
You haven't come to this house because of my sister. You come to the house because of me. Alright? That's how it is. If you come through for my sister, first of all, you ain't my boy because of that. If that's the main reason why you come to my house in the first place. However, if you guys meet outside the house where I have nothing to do with you guys, you can do what you want. That ain't my business. Alright? But however, if you come into the house, you come to meet me. Until the day you are not gonna get married, and obviously to the idea of obviously you are now a couple, and our parents are comfortable with the idea. That day you guys can chill at home. That's cool. Okay, but until that then, no. Until that day, no.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, say you got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
But me, I'm your friend.
Yeah.
Who is a girl.
Yeah.
And say your girlfriend is not cool with you. Are you gonna dump me?
Do you want me to dump you? Want me my friend? How can I dump a friend? It's kind of
You can dump a friend. You can just be like, bro, we're not friends anymore. You just dumped your friend.
Here's the thing.
They're still dump.
First,
dump means drop someone.
Okay, let's get very clear. Cool. Let's say me and Thing were dating and whatnot, and then she comes like, hey, I'm not comfortable with you. I'm not comfortable when you're around Thing, alright? First of all, I'll come to you first and tell you this. I'll make sure you guys have a conversation.
And then me and her gonna fight, and then
So here's the
fight
thing.
to the death about who gets you.
Okay, stop. Alright.
I'm kidding. Okay, Karen,
Alright.
I'm being serious now.
So
Listen.
I'll try and make sure you guys see each other's side of the story, how you guys feel about each other. If you guys are comfortable with the whole mindset.
Figure out why she doesn't like me,
Exactly.
why she's not comfortable,
Exactly.
how she can be comfortable. Okay.
Exactly.
Say Taylor has a sister and you turn up at her house to meet her and chill, but Taylor says, no, you're hanging out with me, not her, and smacks your face.
Well, if I've gone to our house, I'm meeting Taylor first. That makes sense. Even if I know.
Does this apply? Okay, calm.
It's applying to me.
This rule that you have applies everywhere.
It applies everywhere.
For yourself as well.
For myself, of course.
Okay.
If I'm going to Taylor's house.
I think he expected you to say that. No, I'm only meeting the sister.
No. She can come into the whip.
The rule
We can
applies.
go. I'll drop. I'll pick her up.
One for you.
It applies to everyone.
Calm.
Not just for me. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Okay.
if I go to Taylor's house, I'll meet up with her. Obviously, if she's not at the house when I meet her, I'll show her sister to her time being. The minute she comes around, I'm chilling out with Taylor. Simple as. Yeah, I mean, simple as. But the minute, obviously, I'm not gonna be like, go to the house and chill with Thing instead of Taylor. That ain't happening. Until the stage where like, we're now a couple in the sense of like our parents know about us, both of us. The parents have met each other. They're both comfortable with the idea of us being together. Until that day, no.
The thing is, like everyone thinks, wow, damn, you're saying like basically it's a really heavy thing that you've said. However, my opinion is, no, my sibling is now your sibling. That's it. End of convo. There's no, I like your sibling, I want to hang out with your sibling. Mine is just, my sibling is your sibling. If you see my sibling as something else, then that's just, like, I just feel like I'm a bit wary. So, and that applies for me with other people.
I'm not going to lie to you. For me, that's how I see my friends' siblings. That makes sense? I see them as my siblings.
So if someone
because here's the thing, for example,
I'm vibing with your sibling, I'm like, no, you can't be vibing. You're not vibing with my sibling. Your sibling is my sibling. Like, that's how it works. So let's say, for example, how it should work. And that's where my mind is with that.
Like, for example, Fink's older sister, she came to secondary with me as well, right? So obviously, she was the older sibling kind of vibe to me as well. Because she was the older sibling. Yeah, I mean, that's how I saw her in that mindset from the get-go. Same with Aaron when his sister joined secondary. When I think we were like 7, 11. I saw her like a little sibling. Yeah, I mean, simple as. Nothing more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's just
your boy's brother, your boy's sister, they're all your sisters and brothers now. Exactly. You're not looking at them in a different light.
However, if they have very good intentions for each other, I know they're both good people, I will not be against the idea of.
I don't care about intentions. I don't care how good of a boy you are. I don't care how good of a friend you are. I don't care how good of a sibling I have.
Fair enough.
Good
thing you don't have a sister.
My sibling is your sibling.
Good thing you don't have a sister.
I'm so glad I don't have a sister. Because all of the guy lads, I'd just be a bit like, nah, bro. Like, I know how much of a good lad you are. And I would be so lucky to have, that's great. But I think, like, oh, how are you looking at my sister like that? Like, that's a no-go zone. That's just how my sister is not your sister. Don't even look at her any other way. Like, you come to my yard and you're looking at my sister.
See, for
like
me,
that. I don't think so.
I think I would only be cool if that idea if it leads to marriage. If it don't lead to marriage, then no. Because that makes it awkward if you guys don't end up together and you come to my yard and my sister's still there. Whew, that's awkward. That is awkward. That is going to be the most awkwardest thing ever. Like, he's my homeboy and she's my sister. I can't even, like, choose one of the two. Because they're both tight. Yeah, I mean, how am I going to choose one of the two? So that's why I feel like it's a very thin thing to do. Yeah, I mean. So
if you can't help it, then I feel like then, I know this is wrong, but I would look at my friend a bit differently. I guess like, you know, because at the end of the day I would come to the conclusion, yo, my friend's a solid guy, my
See, the thing
sibling,
is that I
she's
feel like,
alright. And in the end I would accept it and be like, okay, cool, like
for
if
me,
this
yeah,
is
I feel
what
like they
you
should
guys
come
really
and
want,
talk to
I
me
will
about it
be
first. They have to
the
come
bigger
and talk to me about it
person.
first. They have to come and
And
talk to me
also,
about it first. They can't just make the move. They
and
can't just make the move. They gotta come talk to me about it first.
they have to console you about being together. Two adults have to console you about
Yes,
being
because
together.
you are involved with both parties. Whatever they do affects you, because you're the link between the two people. If you two want, if you want friend with one other person, that way they would never met this person, most likely. You know what I mean? So for them to have gone to say that they want to get to know each other, whatever, blah blah, or get close, is because of me. So they need to talk to me first, see if I give my blessings, and then they can move on. Yeah, I mean, if they don't do
Give
that
your
first,
blessings, then what?
huh?
What happens if you don't give your blessings?
It ain't happening. And they should respect that.
Okay.
If they can't respect that, then that shows they don't respect me. That makes sense.
So okay. I don't know what to do here from that. Like I'm just thinking like, okay, so they came to you, you didn't give your blessings, and so they break up.
They never got together in the first place, mate. So I'm
What
saying
if
it
they
before
started
my mate
dating in
makes a
secret
move,
then?
before my
What if they
friend.
just dated in
No,
secret?
first of all, disrespectful there and then.
Okay.
Disrespect there. You ain't my boy. You ain't not my boy. You ain't no one to me now. Because a boy would never
Even if
do
you've
that.
been boys for years.
Nah, because you
Means
snaked me.
nothing.
That's snaky mentality. That's the type of friends that are snitch on you for money.
Yeah.
That's them type of friends.
Oi, takes
Yeah,
your
I mean.
sister and I take some money.
Exactly. That's them type of people. So those are people you don't need to be in life. I told my sister, bro, like, he's a snake. Don't go with him. I'll make my sister break up with him, so he loses everything. Because he doesn't deserve to have
That's a
that.
bit peak, you know.
Because he doesn't deserve to have.
That's a bit peak.
No, because he doesn't deserve to have my friendship. He doesn't deserve to have my sister in the first place. There you go.
That's a bit peak.
Bros over hoes, yeah. I depend. You can't call someone sister a hoe, man. Especially if she's your homeboy.
She could be one. You don't know.
Yeah, you can't, but that's if she is. If she isn't one, that's a bit rude. It's like someone calls your mama hoe, your brother, your sister hoe. Ain't right.
Because then I think like, okay, because if they genuinely were in love and they were compatible and they were everything that was so perfect, but you just were like, no, you're not getting my blessing. Do they just have to break up and that's it?
And here's the thing.
And then what? She never
No.
finds another love in her entire life because that was the one true love.
No, it's because here's the thing. If you really respected the relationship that me and my friends have, because we're friends, it's a relationship of some sort, right? It's a brotherly
Oh yeah,
relationship.
your sibling would respect.
It's the
yeah, your
it's the
sibling would
brotherly
respect that.
it's a brotherly relationship that we have. And if you're willing to break the brotherly relationship and do that behind my back, therefore that means he will not respect her end of the day. Or there's the chance that he may even break her heart, make this do wrong with her. I mean by her. So that's why I'll be like, nah. Yeah, I mean. The end of the day is that if you're my boy, you should be comfortable enough to come and talk to me about it. Okay? And tell me, hey, I'm thinking about it, sister, would you be cool with that idea? If you're a sound guy and you are a good guy, you know you'll be given the yes. However, if you know you're going to be said no, that means you know you're not a good person. You know you're not the right match for his sister or whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, you're not the right person for that person. You should know that. If you know you're going to get told no. You know what I mean? That means deep down you believe you're not the good person, you're not a good enough person for that person. Because you know that. You know what I mean? You know it deep down already. Because if you know you're good for that person, you would not be afraid to talk to them and, hey man, let's have a general conversation, blah blah, have a think for your sister, blah blah. And I was wondering if it's cool if I go get to know her a bit more and actually, you know what I mean, and see if she's cool with it. And obviously, because I've been speaking to her for a bit and it seems like we're hitting off a bit. And I was wondering if it's cool if we can obviously go, like, obviously start seeing each other. And obviously, if I say, obviously, if he's a cool guy, I'll say, yeah, go for it. Yeah, you know what I mean, I'm cool with that. But if he just does it behind my back without telling me it, bro, you're straight right off. It's a complete write off. You know what I mean? That's what it is. So, simple fact is, you have to tell me first. You have to get me in the loop for me to know.
Your sibling, to say your sister, does she have to see your bros? I mean, like your friends, like a bro. If that made sense. So do you know how I said like, okay, cool, my friends have to see my sibling as their sibling?
Yeah.
But now my sibling has to see my mate as a bro
Oh no.
or whatever. Like, do you get what I mean?
Here's the thing.
That way they don't look at each other funny. It's more just like,
For
yo,
me,
if I invite my friends around, okay, cool, that's now your bro. That's just your bro.
I would hopefully, obviously how I've been brought up. They'll be the same way they've been brought up, meaning that if you see a guy who's your brother's friends, they're naturally your brother through that route. Naturally, you see them in that light. That makes sense. Through that mindset, you wouldn't have been obviously. You have to tell them, yo, these are your brothers as well. I have to say that. It's a natural thing for them to do.
No, it's an unwritten rule. Yeah, it's a natural
thing for them to do.
It's an unwritten rule.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like you wouldn't really talk to each other. You just like you know them, hi, bye, move on. Especially if it's like if it's a young sibling, if it's like mad young, let's say we're like we're 17, 18, and they're like I don't know 9 or 10. It makes a difference. It could be like they're like little siblings. I mean, they can chill and talk to us and talk to them. I don't really care because they're like little siblings. I mean. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But if it's like only like a couple year different and they're younger than me, I feel like you can't really chill with us. That makes sense. You have to be in your own space and keep to yourself whilst we're hanging out. Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
That's how it is. But as time goes on, if I know my boys are good and whatnot, that's all it is, isn't it? End of the day. If I'm comfortable with it, then I'm comfortable with it. If I'm not comfortable with it, then no one's comfortable with it. You know what I mean? That's how it is. So that's how it is. That's how I see it. So. Here's the thing, I guess if we say about the friend thing where I know one of my friends like he doesn't mind the idea of us dating one of his exes, for example. He wouldn't be against the idea of it because he knows we're all good guys. But for me, I would not be okay with it. Because here's the thing, it's something called insecurities, a very big thing. And if I were to leave a room without them, would I be comfortable with them being there by themselves? That's the main question.
Sure.
Would I be comfortable with that idea? They may never do anything. They may never do anything at all. But would my mind be at rest with them being left in the room by themselves?
Then that's but then that's a you problem.
Exactly. I'm not saying it's a them problem at all. I'm saying that's my insecurity. It's my issue. It's my insecurity. That would lead to it. I mean, it's my kind of insecurity. Where if I were to leave them in a room, would that be comfortable? It's my issue, of course. They may never do anything in their life. They've completely moved on. But would I be comfortable with them being in the room by themselves if I'm not there? Yeah, I mean, so that's why I also would never like the idea of like going and dating one of this, obviously one of the exes and whatnot, rather not. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to have to go through that whole mindset of thinking about it. Yeah, I mean, rather not, because obviously they have obviously been a couple. Yeah, I mean, they've gone extra mile. So me then dating one of their exes is very like cool. I know they've got an extra mile. I know they had feelings for each other at one point. Yeah, I mean, so my mind was lead to like a dark avenue of some sort. So that's why I'd rather not. And likewise, I would not be comfortable with the idea of my friends dating one of my exes. Yeah, I mean, because I feel like I would not be comfortable with that, of them two dating each other. Especially I had feelings for my ex. Yeah, I mean, if it's a random person, I don't care. It's a random person. Yeah, I mean, but if it's my boys that are dating my ex, I can't. I'm not cool with that, man.
Yeah. So that person becomes a write-off. Like nobody can touch them.
Exactly. So no one needs to talk to them. No one needs to get to know them. That kind of thing. No one needs to date them.
Because I find the other side, bro, there's 7 billion people. That half of them. So 4 billion people in the world, and you're telling me the one for you was the one that I dated.
Yeah, of course it is. Obviously, it can happen, but I feel like nah, man.
No, it's not. No, it can't happen. It's not. It can happen. It's not gonna happen. You go find someone else. Go find the other 4 billion person.
I know there's some people out there who have feelings for someone's ex without knowing them having feelings for that person. But if they've kept it quiet because of their friend dating them, so they've kept it quiet.
That's a good level of respect that you have for your friend.
But let's say, for example,
you would just bury that feeling. That you would bury your feelings for your friend, like.
That's what I'm saying. But that's
respect,
the thing.
Isn't it?
But yeah, of course, that's what I'm saying. But see, you never know. It can lead to them getting to know each other, whatever. Not. I can understand that, but it's still obviously it's not right.
What does that make you a shitty friend that you're making your friend bury his feelings?
That's what I'm saying. So if they end up getting together and they actually had feelings for each other prior, me dating the person, prior me dating the person, then I feel like I wouldn't be that mad. If it's feelings that basically they actually liked the person, not like, oh, they was attracted to them, not that. That's where I'm like, no, that's different. But if you actually like them, you were thinking about asking them out or getting to know them, blah blah, or you're willing to obviously go extra mile. You're thinking about marrying that person, not marrying obviously, but maybe like a long-term relationship with that person. Then I'd be cool with that idea of that. Obviously, then them going out with my ex or whatnot, for example. If I knew that this person had feelings for them prior, and they were thinking about a long-term thing, nothing like short-term, then yeah. If it's something short-term, then no. That ain't it, bro. That ain't it. You know what I mean? Because
I heard that.
that's wrong. But yeah, friendship is a weird thing, innit? That's how it is, I guess. And I thought everyone's situation is different, man. There's some people who have slept with every friend in the friend group. Vice versa, a guy would have slept with all the girls, and the girls would have slept with all the guys. And people are comfortable with that. People are cool with that idea. You know what I mean? Which bambo with me, to be honest.
I can't look at my main thing is I can't look at my friend properly, like, because then I just feel like, bro, like, I know what you've done, and I can't look at you the right, and that's my problem. And I feel like that's why I just say no. That's a no-go zone, because I won't be able to look at you the same.
Yeah, definitely. That is it's a difficult subject to have altogether overall. Yeah, I mean, it's a very.
We just hope that you have friends that align with you.
Exactly.
With the same fundamentals that you have when it comes to stuff like this, that they don't find it weird, or that they don't find it disrespectful, or the fact that you're being like an overly controlling friend because they believe in the same thing like you do.
Of course. It's a very difficult thing to have. I feel like as I said, sometimes if you see someone, most of the time they're around people with the circle is very similar to them. That's how it is. Or they have a very similar thought process. Does that make sense? The circle around you. No, not exactly identical, but similar. So if you know a friend that's very calm and collective and whatnot, then most of the time you would find them around people who are similar, because the energy would vibe with that person naturally. And if you're not with people who are similar to you or similar to how you are, or have similarities, then you will naturally move. You actually separate from them. You move away from that kind of group of people. Does that make sense? You naturally become distant from that group. That makes sense? Because of it. Because it's not natural to you anymore. Because that's not your kind of surrounding for you. If that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, you're no longer the same person. You're no longer with the same group of people that vibe with you or how you are as a person. I mean, so yeah, that's what it is. Also, good question. I know it might sound random, but let's say, for example, you were to marry, so obviously you get married, and let's say your partner were to become very good friends with me and the other two. Very good friends, like tight friends. Would you be comfortable with the idea of us hanging out without you?
I think so, yeah.
You would be, yeah? So we'll come back home, hey, I met with Thing. I met with Thing and the other guys.
No. You can't say, oh, hey, I met up with Thing. You have to let me know beforehand. Okay. Hey, if I find out as an afterthought, I know for a fact I'll get upset. Because it's like, bro, those are my friends. How can you go hang out with my friends? Like, and so for me, it's more like I'm not. It can't be an afterthought that you would be like, oh, okay, cool, I just met up with blah blah. I think later on, maybe like 5 years into the marriage or something, then it can be like, yo, I met up with blah blah. But I think in the very beginning, it'd be like, cool, I'm gonna go hang out with blah blah.
Okay,
that's
fair,
how it would work for me. Because for me, I said it is like, you're my friends, so how are you hanging out without me? Because I do want my partner to be close with you guys, but it's more the case of, because he's a guy and now you are also guys, it makes sense just to have guy night. I know I'm I know I'm kind of like a guy, but I'm technically a girl, so regardless.
Not technically, you are a girl.
Technically.
I was not saying that technically.
I'm a girl, okay. I'm a girl.
But you classify the part of the lads as well, don't worry.
But I identify as a guy. I'm kidding.
Just a terrible bro. I'm only identify as a guy. Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm like a lad. So although I'm not a lad, it makes sense that you would have like just lads night, and just lads night is you know, chilling with my partner because he's an actual lad, which makes sense. But for me, it's more like, yo, you guys are my friends first. In the beginning, it would just be like, yo, I'm going out with the guys, and then afterwards, it can be like an afterthought. I think it just needs getting used to. That's it. But I wouldn't have a problem with it. But then I feel like saying that I'd have a problem with it if it had too many times. Say I haven't hung out with you in a month, and you guys have been hanging out like every week. Excuse me, do I not exist anymore? What the hell is going on? So for me, it's it needs to be equal parts. Like I need to still be hanging out with you guys, because sometimes I hang out with you without my partner.
Yeah, of course.
That's to be fair, my partner would have to be okay with just hanging out, and then sometimes me and my partner together will hang out with you. But it's more the case of I should still be hanging out with you. Like if you're hanging out with my partner a lot more than me, then I'm gonna be upset. I'm not gonna lie, I will be.
I'm thinking that Marcus.
So it's just equal parts.
I was thinking that Marcus was said, "Are you trying to tell something?" Blah blah. Imagine.
Yeah, no, I read that.
Imagine
in my head, I was laughing.
Imagine this was the platform you used to tell that you weren't a girl.
Hey guys, this is my coming out video.
Is it coming out?
Yeah, coming out as a transsexual. That's what it would be.
Yeah. So you're saying you're not a girl, but you're actually a guy. Yeah. That'd be so bad. That'd be so awkward.
Or what if you just identify as a guy in there and you don't want to do anything about it? Is that an option?
What do you mean do nothing about? What do you mean?
So like, oh, you know, I'm a girl.
Yeah.
I tick female in all the boxes, but I identify as a guy.
Yeah.
I identify as a lad, specifically a lad.
Yeah.
So it's like, what if I just want to identify as a lad, but I don't want a sex change? I just want to identify
That's still
as a lad.
transgender. That's still transgender. Transgender who you feel like you don't have to have the sex change at all.
Oh,
you have to do the process. You don't have to do the process at all.
Yeah, I forgot that there was a name for everything. Expose my son's friends with 10-year-old boys.
Wow, Marcus. Stop saying facts about yourself, man. Just because you think I do doesn't mean it's okay for you to do it, Marcus, mate. Doesn't mean it's okay for you to do it. I know you've been trying to make me say like
Maester has no friends of his own age.
Fuck off.
What's going on, Maester? Do you want to come out? Are you trying to say something?
You want to be friends with like a teenager, so don't chat to me, yeah? You want to be friends with a teenager.
Who's my friend?
You want to be Dr. PM, you want to be friends with her. You want to be friends with a teenager, don't talk to me.
No, I want to be friends with Dr. PM. What's the problem with that?
She's a minor. And you're an adult.
But she's a girl.
Doesn't matter, mate.
She's a girl.
Doesn't matter, mate.
I see her like a little sister.
That's what everyone says.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, man. Don't try it. I think you're the youngest friend I have, technically, like in person. Most of my friends are my age group.
Marcus, keeping in mind, I'm 15.
Shut up. You wish you were 15.
I'm his real life friend and I'm 15. And
Yeah,
he
sure.
said that I'm the youngest friend
sure.
that he has.
Sure.
So, take
15,
it.
yeah?
As
You're 15, yeah?
I am.
Sure.
Everyone thinks
So
that
what year were
I'm
you born? What year were you born? What year were you born?
I'm-
Done. What year were you born? What year were you born? Say it now. 1, 2,
2005.
3. See, no, it took too long. You took too long. That's how you know.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I
said
said
when you were born.
2005.
When I
already
said
knew
one,
from the get-go.
when I said one, the
19th
answer
of
should have been out.
July At
Nah.
11:43 a.m.
No. The minute I said 1, you would have said it. You said it after I said 2. That means you gave me enough time to think about it.
No?
Yes.
Are you? Listen. I was born whenever life wanted me to be born.
Well,
I do not
98.
get to decide that.
Oh, 97.
The date and
We were
time
97,
are
right?
just the day and time are just concepts of the world to understand what morning and night is and what day anniversaries are. But all of it is just a concept in our brain to make us survive each day. But actually, we don't need any of that. We're just born on days.
Imagine
with
like
no
a
time.
grown 40-year-old woman and she wants to be 15.
Just
That's what she identifies
relative-
herself as. She's a 40-year-old woman. She wants to be seen as 15. That's what she is. Alright, guys. That's the truth. That's what she's saying all this, guys. That's what she's saying all this. She's 40 and she's acting and she's 15.
Time
And they're trying to make her feel comfortable. That's how my dad. That's how I want to meet her. Because if my dad saw that I'm hanging out with a 40-year-old, he'd be concerned.
Oh, is it good?
I take it for this, man.
Good night.
Take it. I'm going to tea, brother.
Sinha.
Even mad here, man. Taylor.
Moving, yeah.
Taylor,
Listen,
you know.
time dates are just concepts that we like to live by to give ourselves routine and purpose, but there's no actual need for any of it. So for you to say that there's a birthday or the specific day that you were born, none of it is real, because man has just made it up in order for us to go to work at this 9 to 5. That's not even real. Or to wake up in the night and the day. Who says the night can't be the day and the day can't be the night?
Oh my
Time
God.
says it, because
Take
man
that.
has made the time for us to go to sleep.
Yes, I like that. He's like the local crackhead. He has a random philosophy to talk about. That's what he sound like, man. You really sound like that. When he said, he says day is night and night is day. Oh yeah, you definitely got something, mate.
I feel like I'm that homeless man on the edge of the street
Legit,
who's just had like cocaine or weed, and he's just yelling out these shit things.
That's what it is. You seen
And
that?
he just wants to sound profound and different. I'm like, no, it's okay.
That's what it is. I feel like no. If you're saying that's true, time is not this conceptual. It's not obviously for us to go to work. It's for us to, and obviously for us to assess ourselves as life in general. Yeah, I mean, if we didn't have the concept of time, we wouldn't be able to understand.
I think Taylor has read too many motivational videos, so we let it the unit.
ASAP. Bro, definitely. But yeah, no.
Listen, those motivation, all of them sound like that, where they're like, time is just a concept. The day and the night, they just bleed into one, but man has made time in order for you to slave away at what humanity and society has laid out for you. Man has made you wake up at 9 and work to 5 in order to blah blah blah, and they do that in that voice, and they scream certain words out, and then you feel motivated by the screaming rather than the actual words itself, and then you're just sitting there like, come. So you're saying that I don't need to go sleep, and at 2 a.m. Who said I can't go to work at 2 a.m.? Man said I can't go to work at 2 a.m. Man said I have to work in at 9 a.m. Do you see? What if let's say I had a business and all the people that I employed were better at working at night, then I can make my workers work at 2 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then they sleep during the day because that's what they do best. And then what if I had a work shift like that? Why is the normality 9 to 5? What if someone doesn't function during the day properly?
Simple fact is,
It should be a job where they hire people that function at night time.
see, at the end of the day, that's a you problem. Yeah, I mean, that's a problem that you need to find. If you can't find a job that's works for your sleep pattern, then that's a you problem, because the world works on.
No.
Yes,
Yeah, I guess.
it's a you problem, because if you can't work out in the morning, but you can only find work that you can do at night. If it's not the career line you want, then you have to sacrifice to waking up in the morning. I mean, it's a majority working it. If the majority are willing to wake up in the morning and do the work in the morning, then you have become the majority. I mean, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Simple as.
The normality of it. Just remember, you can't say
The idea of obviously the sun.
Like
the reason of the sun. Obviously, back in the day, there was no such thing as working at night. There was no such job you could do at night, because there's nothing you could see at night to do work. So the concept of you doing in the morning is because sunlight. Sunlight is just the idea of how people used to see and do things.
You can, yeah.
This is a concept how it is. And a lot of trade and a lot of things have become on that basis because of people having the ability of going 9 to 5 of these schools. Right? Imagine you're at school at 2 in the morning. Imagine that. I mean, it wouldn't work. You know what I mean? So that's why having a fixed time, it allows you to have a whole simple thing where everyone has a fixed schedule.
What job you doing it? The thing is, yeah, with architecture, we can stay up and draw on the computer.
But let's say you were to handle clients.
Do you get what I mean?
But if you were to handle clients,
say you're a writer, and then you get this like motivation to write at that time. I feel like the things that I enjoy are capable of doing at nighttime.
There you go. That's the thing. I feel like those stuff are only individual jobs. You can't have.
I can't be a builder I wouldn't be able to be a builder at
2 a.m.
what's
you
it
can't.
called? At nighttime. Because I won't be able to see shit unless I get loads of lights, but that's just stupid. If the sun comes out in the morning, I might as well just use that as the light. Do you get what I mean?
You're wasting
So-
competition, brother. And also,
get
it just
that.
disturbs me to see the people. How are you gonna make Ben or the people trying to sleep? Disrespectful. I mean, because it was
I'm not making any noise.
as a builder,
I'm just
you are. As a
tapping
builder.
away at my keyboard.
I'm saying
Oh.
builder, man.
That's different. Okay, that's different.
Yeah, builder, man.
This is different.
See, the thing is that you being a writer, it's only you who's doing the writing. There is no other person there who needs to write with you. Yeah, I mean, you are not. You won't be employed as a writer because you're writing when you like to write. That makes sense.
Exactly.
But if you're a
Like you
journalist,
write when you
however,
wanna write,
however, if
or-
you're a journalist, you are required to work on a schedule because you need to get the news out. Yeah, I mean, you need to get it fixated.
Oh no, that's different. But say but say you found out about a specific news
Yeah, that's the thing.
at 2 a.m.
There's no fixed schedule.
Then
And
you have to start
there's
writing
no-
at 2
But
a.m.
the thing is that it's just that at 2 a.m. You may have to be doing it at 5 p.m. You have to do it at 7 a.m. You have to do it at 12 a.m. Whenever.
Yeah, there's no schedule.
There's no schedule.
There's no schedule for
Meaning-
journalism. It's just when the news comes out.
Exactly. That means you could be sleeping, and you gotta do that. You wake up, alright, cool. You gotta do this news now. You gotta get up and do that news.
Yeah, exactly.
So, let's say time.
So
let's
we
say,
go back to my point of time is.
Time is a
Go to
concept
my
that allows you.
crackhead.
Okay, time is a
Time-
concept which is a true concept because it allows you to analyze your life basically. If you had no time, you wouldn't know if you're still in the beginning of it or at the end of it. You have no idea. So time is a concept that allows you
Listen,
to understand.
The
where you
wise
are.
words of Einstein: time is relative. You know.
Exactly, and only
It's a
can be relative
man-made
because it
concept.
exists. Because it exists, you can be relative.
It's a man-made concept to make
No,
you slave
it's
away
not.
at
It's
the
not.
times.
It's not.
that
Time is
they
not a
have
man-made
told you.
concept. Man is not a man-made concept.
I really want to be that one day, you know, just for the bants. I just want to say crackhead. I want to stand in, I don't know, the side junction of a road, and I just want to say crackhead things. And then see, I feel like the voice and the tone that you use, people will be like, raw, she's speaking facts, you know? Oh my days. Like, people would actually, I feel like people would say some stuff, and then other people who have a brain of their own will be like, bro, she's just chatting rubbish. But I think that sometimes you can say crackhead things and sound profound.
Like I was saying earlier, there's a very thin line between someone
Who
called
said
genius.
I don't need crack? I'm just a
No.
crackhead. on
Okay,
my
there's a very
own,
thin
bro. I
line
need no
between
drugs.
someone being a crazy and a genius. A very thin line. Success. If you're doing something that leads you to success, then you'll be called a genius. If you don't, you're gonna be called a crackhead. Alright, simple fact. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you. The route you're trying to go for is not gonna lead to success.
I'll
It's
get
a-
you the Sainsbury's trolley and snatch a wig for you so you can shake with Parkinson's. Wow.
Wow. Snatch a wig,
Bro,
no.
if someone
So
sees
snatch a
me,
wig. So far, you can shake with Parkinson. Snatch a wig, man. Not shake a wig.
I said snatch.
Yeah, snatch a wig.
I said,
for you. Oh,
you
you
said shake.
No, he said oh,
Afterwards, you can shake.
I thought he said shake a wig.
Listen.
I thought he said shake a wig. That's what
No.
I'm like to me. I said, what are you gonna shake a wig for? Shake a wig with Parkinson's. I'm like, what?
And then it says shake afterwards. Because sometimes I read specific words out loud and then I read the rest of the sentence in my
Yeah.
head, so probably that's kind of, it's just, yeah.
But you know, what I'm
But-
saying. But you know, as I'm saying, it's a very conceptual thing. Simple fact is, if you don't have time, you won't be able to analyze your life. You won't be able to analyze what you're doing. You won't know how much work you put into something. You won't know that. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, simple as. Because like,
Yeah.
if you didn't have time, how would you know if you've done enough work for the day? 'Cause if you didn't know what time was, you'd be like, I'm gonna keep on doing this. Yeah, I mean.
No, but then if you feel like you've done, but then if you feel like you've done enough work, then that should be enough.
But then how would you concept that idea of you done enough work? How do you know that?
Like, say I wrote, let's just stick to writing because that's currently what's happening.
Mhm.
So say I wrote, I don't know, 4 A4 pages. I'm like, yo, that's a good amount.
See,
It might have taken me half an hour. It
But-
might have taken me 7 hours.
see,
I don't know because
That
time
con-
is that
that's it.
time is not important.
but that
here.
concept of you writing 4 pages is only accessible to time because I've written 4. That's so good. I've written 4 pages. So much, a lot. Because see, depending on how much you write, 4 pages is
Yeah.
a lot. But if you have no concept
4
of time,
pages is a lot.
if you have no concept of time, that could mean nothing. That could be basically nothing at all. That could be you need to write 100 pages a day. For
The time isn't but time isn't important here. It's the fact that you've written 4 A4 pages that is like, okay, cool, that consummates good enough, or that's like, oh, that's a good substantial amount of work that I have done today. I don't know how long it took me because that's not important. It's just the fact that I have done this much. Like for a builder, forget about it's not time's not important. How days aren't important. It's just
No,
okay.
time is important
I've made.
because they can't do
Say
this.
they were
No,
making a
time
building.
is important
Say they
purely
made the
because
whole in no
no, no,
no.
no.
Say they made the
Time is
whole
in.
entire
Here's the
first
thing.
floor.
Yeah.
They made the first floor. That's well done. You
No,
made
no.
one
But
floor,
time is a
one
concept. Here's the
day.
thing. The time is important because therefore you can say, oh, we need to complete this project within this amount of time. That makes sense. If you take more than that time to do it, you know you're falling behind. You understand? Because you won't have day. If you have no concept of time, there's no day. There's no concept of day or what day it is. We have no concept of what week it is or what month it is, whatever. You have no idea at all. Yeah, I mean, therefore, if you did anything, you won't know how far you've gone. You've done work for. You don't know that. Have I done this for a week now? Have I done it for 4 weeks now? How long have I been doing this for? You have no idea. Yeah, I mean, so you write in your page.
Yeah, but you can see the building rise.
Yeah, of course, but here's the thing.
Thing that you're building.
Here's the thing. It can take you years. It could take you 5-6 years to build that one building, which is taking you a year though. But if you had a concept of time, you would know, I've got a year to complete this work. I've got to do this much work within this hour for me to know I've done good enough to continue the project.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean.
No, that makes sense.
Otherwise, if you have no concept of time, it means you can just do a little bit. I've done enough for today. It's good enough. Yeah, I mean. But in reality, it's nothing.
Yeah, no, that's like writing a book. That's like writing a book. Someone said to you, "Okay, cool. I need you to write this book in 4 months," and it works like that. To be like, okay, cool. I've got 4 months to write this book. Okay, I've already done one chapter in 1 month because you had no concept of time. It's like, oh, bro, you're falling behind.
Exactly.
So that works, especially if there's a deadline in mind. Then that.
Exactly. I
That
think everything
sense.
requires a
If
deadline.
there's no deadline in mind, and you're just writing aimlessly or building aimlessly.
Then I think the concept of building
doesn't need to be.
But that building would just, if you have no aim, if you're aimlessly building, you're aimless.
No, but then if there's no productivity, like productivity doesn't need to be associated with time and how long you spend on something. Productivity is the feeling you have of like, I have done enough.
Mm-hmm.
And you've done enough because you can physically see the end result of what you've done, or you can see the progress of what you've done that specific day, regardless of time.
No, because you won't know if it's a day or not.
Peace, Marcus. Thanks for coming.
I'll take it, man. I'll definitely check it out tomorrow, man. They'll put in Discord. But yeah, I was saying, Taylor, you will not be able to do it because you won't know what day is. You won't know.
It doesn't matter what day. It doesn't matter what day or night is.
No, I'm saying you wouldn't know that because you wouldn't know if you've done good enough for that time because there's no time. You wouldn't know if you've done good.
Yeah, you just know that you've done enough.
No, you wouldn't know that either. Because enough would be the completion of it.
Why wouldn't you know that?
Because you have no concept of when.
No.
Yes, because the concept would be if you know the end result. That's how you know you have enough. So you've done enough. You can compare it to the end result. That makes sense. If you have an end result, then you can say you've done enough. If you haven't got a concept of end result, then you can't say you've done enough. Because you don't know something. You get what I'm trying to say here. If you don't know how much you need to dig down to reach something, you don't know you've done enough to dig down. That makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to reach a certain level. If you don't know how deep you have to dig, you don't know you've done enough. You may have only done a little bit. You don't know. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, no. I say you need to have the idea of what you need to achieve and what not to achieve to allow you to assess if you're doing well or not in it. Anything in life. If you're doing something and you're seeing the results aren't coming by, that's how you know whether it's worth you continuing to do that certain things. You should maybe move on or do something else. You know what I mean? Or improve or change something in there. Simple as. That's how it is. Simply. And that's what it's going to be like. Anyway, thinking about time, we're currently at 7 o'clock now. And we've done it for 3 hours now. We've been talking. So I think it's a good time to call it a day. I feel like we've had a good... to talk about friendship, we've gone off tangent here and there. And it's been a good chat, I feel like. Not bad at all. But yeah, so with that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys tomorrow, of course, for Apex. But if you guys have a podcast, I'll see you guys next Sunday again. If you get anything,
I will catch you guys next Sunday.
Exactly. If you have any topics, let us know in Discord. If you have topics to talk about and whatnot, we'll definitely obviously, if it's a good topic, we can obviously do some research on it and obviously then talk about that as well on Sunday and whatnot. But yeah, with that being said, guys, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And peace, people.